560 WQAM presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, dial 567-0560 in St. Broward. In other counties, call toll-free at 877-785-6345.
Yeah, we didn't get back to 2 minutes we got stolen at the end of the show yesterday. What was that all about?
560. The opinions expressed by Neil, his guests, or callers do not represent those of WQAM's management, staff, or sponsors. Now, The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM.
Well, all right, sports fans.
Hey, Jude, she's not too bad. Sienna's okay when you get in bed with her. The minute you find she's cold when you're hot, then you can start to dump her for someone better. And when your relationship wears thin, hey Jude, begin to look for someone who's slightly older. People magazine voted you in the sexiest man can go hunting. You might find someone with bigger, bolder. Na 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 na. Hey Jude, if married life gets bad, take Sienna and flush her like fecal matter. The minute you hit some nagging stuff, then break apart and sign your divorce papers.
10:01 at 560 WQAM. I think we got a schedule today. We don't have one actually physically on paper yet. We don't want to get too carried away and spoil our image, ruin our track record.
A verbal schedule.
We have a verbal schedule. It is thus it is spoken, as they said back in the day. Thus it is spoken.
As it is written.
As he spake, it is wrote, and the rat, and whatever. Anyway, bad news first. Get it out of the way. 2 U.S. soldiers killed, 4 wounded in roadside bomb attack in Baghdad, although things are going extraordinarily well.
Oh, we're fine.
A roadside bomb destroyed a U.S. armored transport vehicle patrolling southwestern Baghdad yesterday, killing 2 more American soldiers, wounding 4 others. The blast destroyed the Bradley fighting vehicle, one of the more heavily armored U.S. military vehicles, and yada, yada, yada. Also on Monday, another roadside bomb attack in Samara hit a joint U.S.-Iraqi patrol, killing 2 Iraqi soldiers, wounding 1 Iraqi soldier and 2 more American. As the carnage, the bloodshed goes on. In the meantime, here's fumbling a doofus.
September the 11th, Mike helped trace the terrorist attacks.
Yeah, announcing our new Homeland Security Chief. Let's see what skeletons we got in this guy's. What's his name? Cheesed Off is the new Homeland Security Director, nominee.
His energy and intellect put him at the center.
Yeah, just like you, W. Your intellect puts you right up there at the top.
Improvements, especially increased information.
Butcher. The Butcher of Washington is speaking to the world, ladies and gentlemen. The man with more blood on his hands than Ted Bundy.
He's faced countless challenging decisions.
Yeah, anyway, get out of our face. Get off my show, W. We only got 4 hours. Anyway, here was the poll results. We got the Mad Dog story. I'll tell you, it's a pretty sad state of affairs when the operations manager doesn't even know what's going on, has to read Barry Jackass to find out what's going on. Goes to show you who really counts, right? There's only one close... You always talk about that inner circle. There's only one person in the inner circle. All the others are like on the periphery, on the edges of it. Greg Reed's inner circle. And that's little Barry. Rhymes with Mary and Fairy and whatever else. Harry. In fact, he is Harry. He's at least a couple of those. Although you never met Barry Jackass. I'll tell you, before they stick your ass in the ground, you must meet Barry Jackass. It'll just turn your whole attitude on life all around. You'll say, boy, the old man really knew what he was talking about when he fingered this one. Well, so to speak. Where was God? Better take that call on 6, though. That's always a really winner. QAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. When we call in, can we really place it on hold so we can, hear the show, just in case you want to, get our chronic material? Just in case you want to get our chronic material ready,
Okay, here's the facts. Now, is that the regular Whisperer? Or is this
that was him, man. That's the original Whisperer.
Was that the original Whisperer? Because he actually was articulated a few more thoughts than usual today. Huh? Yeah, it is kind of shocking. In fact, that's probably him calling right back on 6 again. QAM, hello, whispering line. QAM. Yeah, that was him. Where was God when the tsunami disaster struck? In fact, maybe we'll do that all day today. Take one call at a time, and I'll never get any of this stuff done. Wouldn't that be good?
All right.
Huh?
Do it.
I think that's a great idea. Kind of like change the format a little bit today. Not that we have a format here on QAM. And by the way, you losers over there, Joel Feinberg and all that crowd at whatever that is, ESPN, the station with no name. Remember the song A Horse with No Name?
Mm-hmm.
That's a station with no name. I mean, ESPN Radio is not the name of a radio station. Am I right?
No, it's not.
No, it is not.
What kind of
So, in fact, there's a whole bunch of ESPN radios. So that means nothing. You guys lost. You lost out. We'll get to that Barry Jackass story. We finally got some good news.
All right.
It would appear, although, I haven't seen the signature on a contract. The inks might still be wet on the piece of paper, you know what? And when you're dealing with the Beasleys and Greg Reed and Joyce and Carolyn Beasley, it could be like an indelible ink, you know? Now you sign it, there it is, and then the next minute it's gone. You never know with this crowd. WQAM, hello. Talkus Interruptus line, hello.
Yeah, I'm calling to speak to the Mad Dog. 4 to 7.
Yeah, well, call him at 4, man, the Mad Dog. He ain't on right now. Call him at 4. Schmuck. See, one thing about sports talk radio, it is abortive, but when you got the good personalities on there, I keep telling you that. That's what these other losers don't understand. There's only one Hank Goldberg, there's only one Jim Mandich, and that's it. That's all you need. And Joe Rose is very good, too, which we wish we hadn't lost him, but nevertheless, that's all they got. I mean, the idea that somebody's going to listen to Craig Minervini or somebody's going to listen to Stu Gotts rambling on about the stupid same crap about ball games. I mean, you people have to be crazy over there. Didn't you learn your lesson from the Fan and the Flan and the RFX, all that other crap? Didn't you get the message? It's something, I guess. No. Send a message to Garcia and Feinberg, will you please? WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know about the New England Patriots? The last time I checked, they had 90% black guys. Why do you like them?
90%. I don't think so. I think like maybe 87.5%. I like them because they're a great team and they're exciting, and that's why I like them. Okay, schmuck? In fact, maybe you can elope with the last guy that called. Idiot. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, can I get the Lexus parking pass with the Panther tickets?
Oh, and speaking of the Panther tickets, did you notice about the concert? Yeah.
No.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. He sounds like he might actually know what a panther is beside an endangered species out there on Alligator Alley. Do you ever drive through the area where it's like a panther zone?
Sure. Panther
and it
crossing,
says, beware and drive with caution because the last 7 panthers are like out there on the highway.
And the Indians are still trying to
Jay Bullmister and Roberto Luongo, they're all out there hopping across the highway. They haven't got anything else going on right now. Yeah, 6:20 this morning, I'm sound asleep and I hear the sound of my... Because I'm not a light sleeper, but if something happens, I guess that's a light sleeper, right?
Well... something different happening.
Yeah, and because that beep goes off on the fax machine when something's going to percolate on there. And here comes the fax, and I thought, well, it's way too early. I looked at the clock. It was 6:20 in the morning. I said, that ain't no little George faxing me at 6:20 in the morning.
No.
And later on, when I finally got my ass out of bed around 8, and I came in here and looked at it, Styx in Kansas to perform private concert for Panther season seat holders. See, all you people, you thought you were buying tickets to the Panther games, to hockey games, but come to find out you were buying concert tickets. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, to see Styx. And I like Styx in Kansas, but let's face it, I mean, it's like a little bit dated, wouldn't you say?
And are any of the originals still in
either
either of
don't
those
start
bands?
trouble, okay?
All
Do
right.
not start. I have no idea. Come sail away.
Styx-ish?
Come on.
Kansas-y?
Kansas-ish, yeah, and it's Styx-ish and Kansas-ish, and Styx-ish up your ashes is what they're saying. Well, we'll get to that. Of course, there aren't that many season ticket holders.
About 30, man.
So you probably have a lot of elbow room at that concert. What's the date for it? It's on February 3rd, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Kansas will be the opening act, and then Styx, as in Styx where you want to Styx it. Anyway, getting back to that poll result. No, I like this format today. It's just kind of inspired for this, especially with all the psychosis that's been going on here for a long time, last 7 years. Too much. Hank sounds really pumped up in the morning, doesn't he? Sounds very enthused to be on there. I guess he likes this schedule. He can go have a couple of lunches, and then he can head on the Hershey Highway up there to Palm Beach Kennel Club or Pompano Park, or if he really wants to let his hair down. It's a good thing that Mo finally let his hair down. He can go over to Gulfstream and hang out with all the geriatrics over there, all the people old enough to be Hank's grandparents, and plunge his guts out all day. That's the horse player's great. That's the dream. When I did mornings on Zeta that one year, many a day that I was out there at Calder, plunging my guts out, losing my ass. Wasn't as much fun as going to Woodbine and losing my ass, but that's another story. They don't want to hear about that. WQAM, hello. Yes. I love you. Okay, no, Whispering Junior, see, another ripoff. Remember the song Whispering Bells by the Del Vikings? Bet you Wilke Bryan remembers it.
Sure.
Come Go With Me by the Del Vikings. Remember that? No, you don't. What do you know? ABC Paramount Records, I believe. Wilke Bryan will validate it. Maybe that's not the right label. That would be bad. Bad for my image.
Let me know.
WQAM, hello.
That guy earlier wasn't me.
Okay, good. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir. It's Whispering Tuesday on QAM. Yeah.
Hello, Neil. Something's wrong with something's wrong with your internet connection. You crank the volume up.
Okay, Reverend Jones. Well, let's see. So far, he said we cranked the volume. I think the word crank is the operative one in his call, as usual.
Today.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, thanks for taking Howard off that pig.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Thanks for taking Howard off, right. WQAM, hello. No, do it right. Practice makes perfect. WQAM, hello.
Yes, I'd like to know what I should make for Yom Kippur.
How about make a big duty? How's that? Okay, here's the poll result. Where was God when the tsunami's disaster struck? 1,462 votes. It's probably more than that now, but who cares? In fact, let me switch it, okay?
All right.
Well, I'm clicking a couple of things.
Josh is adding as we speak, though.
He's adding what?
The options.
To today's poll?
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that. Let's take your time. Now that we got the full 4 hours, we don't have that big rush like we used to have, okay? The big rush is on at noon on another station, popping some big fat oxys. Where was God when the tsunami disaster struck? Was our poll yesterday. We had on about 1,500 vote. God is a figment of man's creation, 412 votes. There was only...
Oh, God!
308 said that. God doesn't interfere with nature, 290. Planning the outcome of football games where God spends a lot of time, 187. I wonder if God appreciated that moon in the Viking game by Randy Moss the other day. We got an article about that. They're making such a big simulation. And they were right. It was a simulated moon. It wasn't the full moon. It was like more of like a quarter moon. He was smoking a big fat one, the Lord was, 127. God caused the tsunami to punish the infidels, 73. Oh, that bacon is coming back. See, God's punishing me. You notice that?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What?
You
No,
okay?
as soon as I got to that line where it said God caused it to punish the infidels, I started gagging and choking. You see that? God is after me now. Oh, brother, am I in trouble?
Do you need a Heimlich?
God was on vacation, 43, and God keeps screwing up, 22. Oh, there was the result of yesterday's poll, and it's already time for the first break. Uh-oh, I think I just had a little accident in my pants. Anyway, 12 minutes after 10. This has been some day, hasn't it? We haven't really got started yet.
No.
This has been
We'll
really
start after
something
the first break.
Huh?
We're going to start the real show.
No, I don't think we'll ever start. I think we want to hear all these whisperers today. This is perfect. We need a little something, a little diversion and perversion after this psychotic crap that's been going on here. And believe me, none of it is contrived. We don't have to contrive any psychotic crap when you're working at Beasley and QAM and Greg Reed Place. Believe you me. 12 minutes after 10 at 560. Here's the schedule for today. Oh, we don't have it yet. No, it's the same as yesterday, I guess. And Geldy's got a show back at 7 to 10. How do you like that, huh? That's pretty weak. You know, IRS tax problems have a way of ruining all aspects of your life. They take a toll on you financially, physically, and emotionally. You can never really forget about those IRS problems that come back every morning when you wake up while your fax machine's going off. CPA Jimmy Buchwald of the Buchwald Tax Firm will help end your IRS problems forever and give you back peace of mind. That's why other top CPA and law firms refer their clients to the Buchwald Tax Firm when they have problems with the old IRS. Why not avoid potential criminal prosecution? Get all unfiled tax returns prepared even if you lost all your records. Suppose you have an IRS lien, wage levy, owe payroll taxes and penalties, want to settle for thousands less than you owe, need time to pay, whatever your deal, the Buchwald Tax Firm can help you out. They offer free initial consultation, affordable guaranteed fees, and immediate relief, if not sooner, from IRS harassment, or harassment, or however you like to say it. It's a pain in the ass. Best of all, you never have to even meet with the IRS because the Buchwald Tax Firm handles all those meetings and discussions. You don't even have to show up. So call them today and get that IRS monkey off your back. Call 954-575-2800. That's 954-575-2800. Whether you owe $10,000, $1 million, or whatever in between IRS taxes, the Buchwald Tax Firm can help you out. Call them today for your free consultation or visit them on the wicked web at irsfreedom.com and stop worrying about the IRS knocking down that front door. Here's that number one more time for the West Coast, 954-575-2800.
The Howard Stern Show. Neil Rogers, mornings and middays. And sports around the clock. 560 QAM.
Neil, Good morning, Americans. It's Paul Harvey. Stand by for news. Ralph and Edna were both patients in a mental hospital. One day, while they were walking past the hospital swimming pool, Ralph suddenly jumped into the deep end. He sank to the bottom of the pool and stayed there. Edna promptly jumped in to save him. She swam to the bottom and pulled Ralph out. When the head nurse became aware of Edna's heroic act, she immediately ordered her to be discharged from the hospital as she now considered her to be mentally stable. When she went to tell Edna the news, she said, Edna, I have good news and bad news. The good news is you're being discharged since you were able to rationally respond to a crisis by jumping in and saving the life of another patient. The bad news is Ralph, the patient you saved, hung himself right after you saved him with his bathrobe belt in the bathroom. I am sorry to say he is dead. Edna replied he didn't hang himself. I put him there to dry. Paul Harvey. Good day.
I actually like that one.
That's cute.
That is cute. Not fall down on the floor. Oh, my God, hysterical. But it's kind of cute. Right, just like that. 10:17 at 560 WQM. We're going to break all records today. We're going to take 45,000 calls, and probably all be from the same three people, too. That's the best part.
I've done that.
Well, so far it's been that. Anyway, Vanessa Kelly's our beaded curtain lady today. Pretty good picture, too, as a matter of fact.
Well,
She got a couple of decent bazoomas there.
Thank you very much.
She was born February 20th. Now, what about that picture of from Jon Stewart book, John?
I emailed it to Eric, so.
Oh, so we're waiting for
I
Fat Eric
scanned
to...
it. It's kind of blotchy. If he can clean it up, maybe we can put it.
Kind of blotchy?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Eric's complexion again?
No, the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, the Supreme Court is kind of blotchy.
Very true, but.
But at any rate, so it's that picture from the Jon Stewart book. We'll
Check
get it
out
on
the
there on our
Canada
website today. Just one more reason to take a puke at it. Anyway, Vanessa Kelly's behind a beaded curtain. Oh, the new director of Homeland Security, at least the nominee, is Michael Chertoff. Sounds a little Jewish to me. I don't know. Although he looked like an Israeli spy. I don't know who this guy is. Vanessa Kelly, born February 25th, 1974, in Sydney, Australia. She was in that S Club 7, I believe, right?
I guess. That's
well, it would seem to me because she was in S Club 7 in New Zealand. Oh, no, maybe she wasn't. I see. As Deep Obsession. Maybe she's not a member of the group. I don't know. At any rate, she looks okay. Former member of the pop group Deep Obsession. Oh, I see. Oh. So, in other words, they were in a movie with S Club 7, which you don't want to see. No. They're all... let's see. She was in one movie. Beside that, Ma il portier non c'è mai.
Okay.
Little Italiano.
It's easy for you.
Very poorly spoken by me, by the way. That was a TV series that was on for about 5 minutes, and that was the end. But anyway, she looks pretty good. Nobody knows who she is, but take a look, and you'll probably want to know. They're behind a beaded curtain today. So we got Michael Chertoff at the Homeland Security, maybe, all depending on how many skeletons he's got rattling around in his closet. And we got Vanessa Kelly on the beaded curtain. What's not to like? Now, the big news, of course, is the big news.
All right.
See, I tuned in yesterday expecting to get this soap opera ended here and to get our lineup, our ducks in a row, which I keep using that term. And there we go again. Oh, before we do that, though, the poll today. And you're telling me you added a bunch more names on this?
No, not a bunch more. We were just adding the ones you submitted. Josh does that, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Eric doesn't even do that?
No.
What a lazy fat tub, man. Here's the poll today. Other than Neil, just a joke, Eric. Don't call here, whatever you do. Don't get psychotic and don't start emailing me. Whoa, what are you picking on me? It's just a joke. Relax. You do a fine job, Eric. You the man. Okay, whatever. And don't be tipping at the SUV over again, please. If you'd sit a little more closer to the middle. Yeah, he probably it was listing off to one side wherever he was driving, right?
I'm sure of that.
Yeah, it was listing off to the left. Other than Neil, because I don't want to put myself on here because that's like self-aggrandizing. Oh, we all love me. I hate that.
And you'll win it anyway.
Huh?
You're everybody's favorite fag, at least in this audience.
Oh, I see. Well, that's why I'm not putting it on there. Other than Neil, who's your all-time favorite gay music, TV, movie, or radio personality, gay, bi, or suspected? See, just because we put somebody on the list today doesn't mean that they're necessarily
gay
or bi or even have the right equipment to do anything.
Like evolution's just a theory.
Or suspected, right. In other words, there are rumors, rumors go around. Here's the list we got so far. In fact, we got votes on there already because I switched the poll a little while ago. I switched it. Elton John, a dozen. Now, ordinarily, I would have voted for Miss Elton John, but she's gotten to be such a bitchy queen lately, I did not vote for Elton John. How do you like that? You did, though.
No, I didn't.
She's got a dozen. Paul Lynn's got 7. Kevin Spacey 4. Now, let's see. Kevin, one day he's in, one day he's out, next day he's not too sure. Right?
Right.
He's like,
Go to lunch, George. Go to lunch. Will you go to lunch?
No. Ellen DeGeneres 3, which I despise her like poison, man. She's not funny. She's not attractive. She's just a pain in the ass dyke that just won't go away. They just keep trying to foist her on us. I don't know what that's all about.
The committee.
Tom Cruise 3. Now, of course, he denies it vociferously, although he is a Scientologist.
Oh, that's all I need to know.
Probably should have put John Revolta on here, too. And just because one of these people might be married and have 75 kids or whatever, that doesn't get him off the hook, even for old time's sake.
We don't even know who the father is, really.
Tom Cruise, 3. Charles Nelson Riley's got a pair. He's still alive, right?
As far as I know. Charles Nelson Riley? Maybe not.
Oh, get out of here. You might want to check that out. I'm pretty sure he's still... Cary Grant, 2. Anthony Perkins, 2. Raymond Burr had a pair. And then Gore Vidal's guy, but that's my vote for Gore Vidal. Ricky Martin won. Leo DiCaprio won. Just rumors. James A. Bullock won. James Dean won. Then we got also on the list Alice Rantel, Norma Kent, Montgomery Clift, Siegfried Fischbacher, his partner
Roy
Korn, who's doing so much better, so they say. Eric Estrada and Sal Mineo. See, this crowd, they wouldn't know Sal Mineo from Sal the Barber, right?
Right.
Who the hell remembers Sal Mineo? He was good buddies with James Dean, though. And he was also in the same movie, Rebel Without a Cause. Remember that? Did you see that?
I
with
saw
Jim
it,
Backus?
I did. It was weak.
Jim Backus was good. He was the voice of Mr. Magoo. He was on I Married Joan for those other real old parts out there like me. See, when you get to be old like me, then you can remember all this good stuff, and everybody says, what is that man talking about?
Right. Who cares?
Living in the past with all this archaic crap. That's back in the day when things were really, I don't know. I think if you saw those shows right now, you'd say, boy, who would watch this crap? Although you can see them, right? There are all these nostalgia channels on there.
TV Land.
Right. There are a whole bunch of channels like that. Nickelodeon, which most of those shows you wouldn't give a nickel for. Look at the calls on here, man. There's at least, 8 or 9? Now, if each one of them will call 1,000 times today, and they probably will.
Charles Nelson Riley is still alive.
I beg your pardon?
Charles Nelson Riley is still alive.
I told you. She's still pumping on that pipe. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, Neil, good morning.
Buenos dias.
I'll probably be the only guy, but I'm from Boston, but on that poll, I would have to vote for David Brudnoy.
Oh, David Brudnoy, he just died.
Yeah, he just died. And the other thing two things I wanted to say. Number one, I'm sorry we lost the Underwear Stadium. And number two, if your station management had any sense, they put the ratings leader on in the morning. Neil God, 6 to 10.
I already told you that story. I turned it down. They wanted me to do mornings, and they offered me a crap load of money to do it. And I said, no, I'm not getting up 4:30 in the morning to do morning drive, okay? I don't want to do mornings ever again. In fact, I never will do mornings for any amount of money. Unless they want to pay me like $50 million, then I do it for about 3 weeks.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a deal. I'm not going to do it. There's no chance of my doing it. Plus, Hank sounds very happy in that slot. He seems really chipper and awake and alive.
Oh, I just hope by the fax it's hard to read, so I won't fax it.
That's his what?
Errol Flynn.
Oh, Errol Flynn, definitely. He was a gay blade, a real swashbuckler. Errol Flynn. See, I don't know. And Danny Kaye, we could put Danny Kaye rhymes with
gay,
because there was no doubt about that. And you know what rhymes with Danny Kaye and
gay?
Sir Laurence Olivier. What do you say? In fact, that was supposedly the duo there was. Another one I got for you. See, a lot of these are obscure to this audience. Tab Hunter. He was supposedly Tony Perkins' boyfriend.
Right.
Tab Hunter. Even though, of course, he's still alive and he denies it, was there any doubt about Tab Hunter? Man, he was a real... He was pretty back in the day. He used to be in Westerns. You've probably seen him in some movies.
I've seen him around.
He was in Westerns, and he was also in a couple movies where he ran around almost naked the whole movie. What?
Didn't he do gay porn?
Tab Hunter?
Yeah, I heard that story.
I don't know. Maybe you'll just loan me some. I don't know. Boy, that's not too good, George. George is talking about gay porn now.
Oh,
that guy that always wants to...
Yeah.
Huh? The guy that's always screaming you're a faggot is going to be calling in for sure now. See, we knew it all along. George finally had let it slip. Yeah. Maybe George is wearing a slip. What do you care? Mind your own business.
It's pink.
27 past 10. Yeah, he used to be real pretty, Tab Hunter, man. He was pretty weak, too. He had that song he ripped off from Sonny James, Young Love. He couldn't sing a lick. He could lick it, but he sure couldn't sing it. Remember that? Young Love on Dot Records. Sonny James had the big hit on Capitol. Where am I coming up with all this crap? My mind is just... and we haven't even got to Barry Jackass yet. It's already time for the 10:26:30 break. You people over there at ESPN Radio, nice try, but guess what? The board goes back, not a match. What show was that? That was Concentration, right?
Right.
With Hugh Downs and then Art James. Constipation. There was somebody else was on that show later on, but I forget who the hell that was. See, the more recent it is, the more you just erase it out of your memory. The old, ancient stuff, that was the good stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I know.
Because the passage of time makes it nostalgia, just funny things. You think it was so great, and then, of course, like places you go back, and oh, brother. Like Detroit. Although Detroit was pretty exciting and great until they decided to burn the city down. Since then, it hasn't been worth a crap. 27 after 10 at 560 WQM. When you shop for quality footwear, great selection, professional service, unbeatable prices. Let me say it again. Unbeatable prices. There's only one shoe store that ought to pop in your mind. That's Brandy Shoes in Pompano Beach. I mean, why take a chance with your feet? Because if you don't wear the right shoes, if you haven't got the right size, the perfect fit, it's bad for you, man. You're going to know it in no time at all. At Brandy's, the sales holes know your feet inside and out. They'll make damn sure you get a perfect fit every time. They got the top quality names to choose from like Rockports, Florsheim, SAS, Sperry, Timberland, Naturalizer, all the others. And with Brandy's humongous selection, chances are you'll never hear, sorry, mister or ma'am, we don't have that style in your size. It's on the shelf, ready to slap on your fat feet right now. Brandy's is open daily, every day of the week, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. till 9 p.m., Sundays 10 to 5. And you'll find Brandy's at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach, always well worth the trip. And right now is a great time to buy naturalizers at Brandy's. This week you can take $10 off on all great women's styles. So be sure to make a special pit stop at Brandy's this week, or you can buy on the web from them at brandyshoes.com.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Daddy, DJ's father has a surprise that will blow her away.
Here's the whistle for shizzle for fizzle more. Holla!
Wait a minute. There's got to be some kind of mistake.
What are you talking about?
Are you sure?
For shizzle.
And then...
Well, we've got another surprise for you. Your dad stayed in touch with your mom. I want you to meet your birth mom.
You looking for some action? Wait a minute. I'm on the PTA. I'm a church-going woman. You're both different from what I expected.
Great googly moogie.
But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be fine.
Shizzle for nizzle.
Coming up on Who's Your Daddy?
You know, she sounds just like that broad in that tow-yard turd bit, doesn't she?
A little bit.
I think it's her. I think that's the turd lady. That's the third time I heard that. 10:31 at 560 WQM. So here's the facts for our poll today. I'm sure that there are probably some others that we omitted, like some of the people that nobody ever heard of from Queer Eye for the Fruity Guy.
Yeah.
See, I don't watch any of those shows because it's so demeaning. It's just like what they do to blacks and Hispanics and every other minority group. They take the most outrageous stereotypes and they put all these flaming, screaming queens on there. Oh, yeah, well, pretty obvious that these people are...
gay.
Oh, no. Ian McKellen. The spelling, well, they apologized about the spelling, the faxer did, but not that bad. The second, it's an E-N, not A-N, for your benefit if you want to put it on there. You know who that is?
I do.
Sir Ian McKellen's been thrilling audiences for more than 40 years on both stage and screen. He's won more than 40 major international acting awards for his performance as Gandalf the Grey in The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. McKellen won a Screen Actors Guild Award as Best Supporting Actor, was nominated for an Oscar. Since then, he starred on Broadway in Dance of Death and filmed X-Men 2 as once again Magneto, the Master of Magnetism. Magneto. For the telefilm Rasputin, which he looks a lot like Rasputin to me, McKellen was nominated for an Emmy and won the Golden Globe Award. Other recent films include Gods and Monsters, Apt Pupil, and Richard the Turd. His many stage performances are now legendary, whatever. And he's a fag, I guess. I didn't know that. Did you know he's a fag?
Yeah, he brings his dates to the award ceremonies, and he's very, very out.
Really?
Yeah.
His solo shows, Acting Shakespeare and A Night Out, have been acclaimed throughout the world, so I guess he's very much out. Ian McKellen, and also what about Wilford Brimley?
Wilford Brimley?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I
don't know.
Yeah, well, one of those guys, it's either him or somebody that looks
Wilford
like
Brimley
him, one of those cowboy
old guy
grizzled...
with the mustache, looks like Teddy Roosevelt without a diet.
I'm pretty sure I think that's the one, or maybe I got him confused with somebody else.
I had no idea.
I don't know. But before, let's see. Here's the fact: says Gore Vidal is the greatest fag. Well, that's my vote.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Since he's already on the list, how about Chief Crazy Horse? Oh, no. How about Leonardo da Vinci? We already got Leonardo DiCaprio. What about da Vinci? There you go. Italian Renaissance artist, teacher, scientist, inventor, genius, da Vinci. So let's put him on there. What do you say?
All right.
They can't all vote for Leo DiCaprio. Leonardo da Vinci. And what about Alexander the Great?
Sure.
Gay. Don't get the Greeks upset.
What's they all?
In fact, if you get the Greeks upset, they'll bend right down and give you a Randy Moss. They'll shoot you the old moon. Did you know that?
Well,
now you do. Here's a fax that says, from a chronic faxer, you are the greatest, Neil, but can you believe these idiots that you're working for are still running the advertising of you and Howard Stern in the mornings? Of course we can. He's no longer on the station, and we're still running those. I'll tell you who's the chigger in the woodpile with us, and that's that little, I told you about him, Clarence. He's not doing anything. Is he there today even?
Yeah,
Where is this schedule, Clarence? Why do we have all these rejoins and promos for a Howard Stern, which he's been unceremoniously dumped off the radio station, huh? What's that? Is that like to rub it into the Stern fans that he's not on anymore, like keep running the promos? How to piss off the audience in one easy lesson. Okay, here's the good news. To kind of please the audience, I think the majority, I'm sure of that. Positive. Because yesterday I was listening to Mandich. I even I ran tape on some of his show because I thought we'd get the big news.
Well, I'm not do whatever you want. Cool.
Yeah, okay, there was a little bit of it. And come to find out, I was so depressed again. See, this place is like, when you work for QM, you're like a manic depressive with no ups, only downs. And I thought, well, sure enough, we finally got this straightened out. Remember when they changed the schedule the second time?
Mm-hmm.
And we had Mo at 2 to 4, which nothing is perfect. And then Mad Dog 4 to 7. I thought, well, they finally got the paperwork done. They got the deal signed. They took all that crap out of there. They were trying to force him to sign. Because last week, Thursday and Friday, it was as good as a done deal. This is the same as my deal with them. They try to grasp defeat from the jaws of victory every chance they get. And just when it looks like the whole deal is done and everything is safe and we move on with life, oh no, they screw it up. They have a way. We have ways and they do. So anyway, I tune him in at 4 o'clock after definitely missing most of Mo. And come to find out, well, he's still deciding. I'm going to decide tonight, he said. And they've been diddling around with him. So this morning, first thing, I go to the Herald website. And automatically who's going to have the answer to it. Pudgy Berry Jackass. Mandich and WQM reach deal is the headline in the sports section.
All right.
How do you like that?
Oh!
Former Dolphins tight end. There are a lot of people who used to be a tight end. Jim Mandich agreed Monday night to do a 4 to 7 p.m. weekday talk show on QAM. Agreed last night. See, he was true to his word. He waited till last night. He evaluated. He calculated. He said the Dolphins have given him hope but not an assurance he'll remain on the radio analyst even if the team makes its expected move to 790 ESPN Radio, the station with no name. The ESPN station, which offered Mandich a 1 to 4 p.m. weekday show, likely will oppose having a QM announcer in its Dolphins booth and probably will seek major concessions. Whether the Dolphins will be willing to grant those concessions to keep Mandich on the broadcast remains to be seen. The issue likely will be addressed shortly. In other words, stay tuned to Barry because that's the only place you'll find out. The rest of us, we know nothing. I have a contract with the Finns for the next 2 years. I've been told by the team, you're our guy, said Mandich, who's been with the Dolphins radio analyst for 13 seasons. If a contract between Jim Mandich and the Dolphins isn't good, then what contract is, he asked. Don't get me started. If the Mandich 790 issue cannot be resolved, the team's options would be to reverse course late in the process and stay with QAM, or more likely pay off the last 2 years of Mandich's contract, to which he'd probably say,
all right.
Yeah, as much as he enjoys being on those games, if he can get paid the last 2 years without lifting a finger, he probably wouldn't mind that at all, you think?
No, who would?
Mandich said, I told the Dolphins I will step aside if I become a problem to them in negotiations. Mandich said he accepted the QM offer instead of 790s primarily because of the hours. A 1 to 4 p.m. show blew an enormous hole in my day, said Mandich, who had been doing 2 to 4 for QAM. I would have been unable to accommodate my construction business obligations. The money was so close as not to be a factor. Dolphins play-by-play announcer Howard David's contract with the team has expired. Just like his Muskrat, it's expired, and 790 likely would oppose his hiring too because he is now the 2 to 4 p.m. weekday host on QAM. See, that's just stupid on their part. Really stupid.
Yeah.
Especially the Mad Dog one. I mean, Mo, you know, Mo's okay on the games. I mean, he's no Rick Weaver, but then again, who is? Right. But you see what I'm saying? I mean, if they had Mad Dog, if they kept him on the games and kept the continuity there, and it would be to their benefit. But it's all spite. It sounds like, we're going to do this and we're going to kick your ass. No, you're not. You're not kicking anybody's ass, Joel. You're in La La Land. I don't care how much money you got. Sports nerds are a dime a dozen. All these little Stu Gutzes and all these little clearances and all these other little wannabe sports people, Donnie B's. You know, we've had a zillion. It's like an assembly line. Like they punch them out on an assembly line. Little boy sports nerd wannabes. You know the kind I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Who?
Like Stu Gotz. We've had 80 million Stu Gutzes in that place. Now, once in a while, a guy like Curtis comes along who's got some talent, who eventually will have his own show and eventually will go somewhere in the business. And then other than that, you got people that keep running around pretending on these make-believe stations like Stu Gotz. And again, not a bad guy, right?
Good guy.
In fact, didn't Rick and Suds used to play that song about Nat on John Wiener? Remember that?
I do.
Yeah, it was something about,
one of my favorites.
I think that tied right in with our topic today. It was something about Nat Moore on John Wiener. But at any rate, there just aren't the big names. So we got Hank Goldberg, we got Mad Dog locked up. And we got Geldy, which nothing is perfect. And, of course, we got Mo 2 to 4. Mo is the buffer now. I wish he would just lighten up a little bit, that's all. I was saying to Duff this morning, which you were probably eavesdropping.
I was right here.
We need to go back to those days, when there was a little more levity in there, which I don't know if he can do that. Because he's a very serious guy with that stentorian voice, and everything is like very loud, kind of like he's screaming at you, the Molmeister. If you would just lighten it up a little bit, maybe a couple of shades would be good.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. No extra charge. So that's the deal. Here's the lineup as I see it. Oh, here's one. How could we forget her? George Michael. Whoa. Holy Toledo. Out of sight, out of mind. George Michael now appearing at a tea room close by you. Anyway, get her on there right away. He'll get them both. So what we got on there so far? Here's the lineup as we pencil it in. Orlando Alzagiri. See, out of sight, out of mind also. 5 to 7 in the morning for the real early bird crowd.
The Supreme Court picture is up behind the beaded curtain.
Good. A lot of reasons to look at our website today. We got the naked Supreme Court justices, at least contrived. We got the beaded curtain with Vanessa Kelly. And then we got Red Kelly naked behind that, which is really exciting. Other than Neil, who's your all-time favorite gay personality? Okay, I don't want to read all that other stuff. What do we got? We got a lot. No, we got 123 votes. Elton John, 26. Paul Lynde, 20. Kevin Spacey, 13, who's a great actor. Marlon Brando, 8, an even greater actor. Tom Cruise, 8. Ellen DeGeneres, 6. Ian McClellan, 5 already. James J. Bullock, 5. Cary Grant, 5. Raymond Burr, 5. Charles Nelson Riley, 4. Anthony Perkins, 3. Leonardo da Vinci, 2. Gore Vidal, 2. Montgomery Clift, 2. And just small potatoes. We're just getting the thing going. I didn't realize it was going to be such a project. In the beginning, I thought, like I said yesterday when the guy faxed that in, I said, that's a good poll idea. I just don't know there would be a lot of names on there because most people are in the closet.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
That's a nice job of scanning Josh did there.
Oh, I got to check that out.
And a nice job of posting Eric did there.
Okay.
That's wallpaper.
Nice job, Eric.
I'm going to make that my wallpaper.
Are you?
No.
19 before 11 at 560 WQM. The lineup is, let's see, we're 10 to 2. Mo Howard, David 2 to 4. Jim Mandich 4 to 7. Steve Geldstein 7 to 10. Eddie K 10 to 2 in the morning. Sporting News Radio 2 to 5, and we start all over again. That's now we got it. And maybe Clarence will get off his lazy, skinny ass, and he'll finally get around to doing it, like putting it in print and getting those stupid-ass promos, those erroneous promos off the air about the Howard Stern show and all the stuff that we haven't on since Jesus was a baby. Get with it, Clarence, okay? Do some work. Quit sitting around with the beast in your lap and do some work for a change. Hey, the main man, Anthony Caliendo at Acceptance Capital Mortgage, says it's time for New Year's resolutions like most Americans. Pay off your credit cards. Lowering your debt, cutting your mortgage payments, pulling out cash and investing in real estate are on the top of your list. When in doubt, pull it out. South Florida is one of the hottest real estate markets in the U.S., so why keep so much equity in your house or pay high interest rates? The main man's New Year's resolution is to give it back to the community. So this year they partnered with Kids in Distress. With a track record of 25 years of helping over 5,000 abused and neglected children each year, Acceptance Capital is donating a portion of all commissions on every closed loan to this great cause. With 6 kids of his own, the main man knows how important being a parent is, so forget about calling anybody else. Call the main man, Anthony Caliendo, at 888-483-LOAN. That's 1-888-483-LOAN, or go to themainman.com, and you can fill out your application right online. Call him today, 1-888-483-LOAN.
Listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM. The motion picture Meet the Fockers made $163 million in just 12 days. So we're getting ready to do another one. We've basically just rewritten the first 2 movies with the same old jokes since no one seems to notice. And we're calling it Meet the Fockers Friends. The whole cast returns with the addition of Paris Hilton as Frida Focker and Vern Troyer as Cindy Lou Focker, the smallest Focker. Then, get ready for some exciting news. Next year, another Focker First as we present Meet the Fockers Friends. We've signed Harvey Firestein to play gay Uncle Flip Focker and former New Jersey Governor Jim McGreevey to play his husband Fred Focker. Don't miss the hilarity when Flip and Fred Focker fall face first into a fiery firecracker fire. But they're okay. They're Fockers. Then things really get funny when Mother Focker catches the boys making gay love on the Focker front porch swing. We're going to pretty much milk the Fockers for all they're worth. Plus, you'll hear all the same jokes like, I have nipples, Greg, can you milk me? And I'm going to take you down to Chinatown. Meet the Fockers Friends and Meet the Fockers Friends coming soon to a Focker theater near you.
Okay, here's the fact says I love the music of Queen, so I have to put in my vote for Freddie Mercury. How can we forget?
I don't know, I want to change my vote now.
And somebody says Nathan Lane. How about Lois Lane? She was a dyke. Oh, no, she wasn't a dyke. It was, what's his name? Freddie Olsen. Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen.
What
the hell was his name? He's still alive, I believe.
I don't know.
About 175 years old. Anyway, Nathan Lane, you get that?
We got it.
So I looked for that fantastic picture of the Supreme Court justices on there from the Jon Stewart book that Josh has worked feverishly to get on there, and you both tell me how great it is. The only problem is it's not there.
Behind the beaded curtain.
Oh, the beaded curtain. Oh, that's right. There's nudity in there. We can't.
Especially when you look at Ruth.
Oh, boy. Sorry, mister.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Ruth Buzzy?
Yeah, she's got giant cans.
Okay, there's Vanessa Kelly, who looks pretty good. There, Anna Cornaholia, she's still there. Is this one of these where we're going to have to scroll down 8,000
yeah.
to get to it?
Something fun for you to do.
Oh, God. There's Anna, and there's Anna again. Oh, here we go. Oh,
yeah. See what I mean about Clarence exaggerating?
This is the all-time best. Wow. Look at that.
Oh, I did.
I didn't know William Hung was a member of the Supreme Court. Look at that. No wonder that silly has got such a big mouth. And Souter? Boy, Souter, man, oh man, he makes me feel proud. What the hell is that? I think that's an innie. And Rehnquist, it looks like he's got the wrong gender organ there. I don't want to say the V word, but that, yeah. Well, whatever that is, that's a beautiful thing. There's the Supreme Court justices. And that's why Walmart won't put the Jon Stewart book in its stores. And that's why Mississippi libraries took it out of the library, because it's got that one page in there with that very amusing and hysterically funny picture of the Supreme. It's a little bit doctored, nevertheless. It's still okay in our book, in anybody's book. Oh, you can't do that. It's blasphemous. How many years ago did Gore Vidal write Myron, where he used the names of organs instead of the Supreme Court justices? Her heaving Powells and throbbing Rehnquist. This is where this is all ripped off from, that idea, although done just as well, if not better. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I have one for the fabulous, please.
Yes.
Lou Christie.
Lou Christie.
Yeah, man.
Okay, let's get around there right away. Lou Christie. Okay. I used to love Lou Christie's music. Sure. Could live without him so much for his music, right? Didn't we like Lou Christie? I do. Rhapsody in Your Pants.
Two-Faced.
Yeah.
Banana picking Julios who thrive on anarchy are building an arena for the Miami Heat. Having two arenas somehow don't seem right. Better ask Jeff Bowen for financial advice. NBA is locked out. There's no basketball. They're all on strike. Let's burn the place down. An insurance check would sure be nice. Before we lose our ass, take that can of gas. Oh! Light that match. Oh! Light that match.
The gypsy eyed, huh? Yeah, it was a lot of campy side. There was a lot on the campy side. They had good music with Christie. We like him. Rock Hudson. How could we have forgotten Rock Hudson, says Brian and Pompano Beach? Shame on us, huh? Mm-hmm. Out of sight, out of mind.
Ooh, Jim Neighbors.
Jim Neighbors is good. Rock. And what about Wally Cox?
Who?
He was Mr. Peepers.
Who?
He used to be on Hollywood Squares.
Oh,
Wally Cox.
Oh, Wally Cox, yeah.
Nerdy little guy with glasses.
Glasses, right.
He used to be Marlon Brando's roommate. Did you know that?
Nope.
Well, there you go. So we got Wally Cox, we got Jim Neighbors. Who else did you just say?
Rock Hudson.
Rock Hudson. Oh, this list. I can't believe this list. It's growing like crazy. So many fags in so little time, like they say in the Klan. Okay, here's a little liner. It says, look for the QM van right now at the Shell station on Sheridan Street, just west of I-95, right where we used to work over there. Remember those days?
I do.
How's our good buddy with a parking spot doing? What was his name?
Jack Mark.
Jack Mark. I think he's still dead. That'll teach you. X marked the spot where that parking spot used to be, Jack. What a jerk. He used to give us crap because we parked in his parking spot in a parking area where there was plenty of parking. Anybody could park wherever they want. But, oh, no, he had to have his own marked parking spot. And if you parked in his spot, well, God help you. That's all I can tell you. Stop by to pick up a movie pass to watch Coach Carter tonight at the Regal Oakwood Plaza. So look for the QM van right now, the Shell station. Anybody knows where that is. It's right kitty corner of that big water tower, isn't it?
Yes, it is, indeed.
Yeah.
Very good.
In Hollywood. So anyway, it'll be there until the movie passes are gone. To watch Coach Carter. What's that all about at the Regal Oakwood Plaza? What's Coach Carter? Is that about Jimmy Carter, Billy Carter?
I think it's about high school basketball.
Aaron Carter, Nick Carter.
Yeah, with Samuel Jackson.
Chris Carter, right.
Jimmy Carter.
I just got through saying
that.
I'm
sorry.
Rosalind Carter. And what was the daughter's name? That retardo-looking...
June?
No. Oh, June Carter? Yeah. Right. June Carter Cash. She's dead, and so's Johnny. I'll be damned. Now, what was the daughter's name? Jimmy Carter and Rosalind and that frizzly-haired...
Oh, Amy.
Like, huh?
Amy.
Amy Carter. Very good. How about Amy Semple McPherson? So anyway, this morning, the Deep South, they're all related anyway. It's all the same family. It's just one big family. Sticks in Kansas, I mentioned this before, but it's so overwhelming. It's so ridiculous, See, the people that bought the hockey tickets, we paid to see hockey, not to watch a bunch of old, washed-out, whatever is left of those rock bands perform. I don't want to pee on your parade because I certainly want to promote hockey, but this has nothing to do with hockey, does it?
No.
This is called bait and swish, is what it is.
And O'Ban is there to slam the door. And J.S. O'Ban has been sensational in goal for the Baby Leafs.
There you go, the Baby Leafs. See, we may not have the big Leafs, but we got the Baby Leafs. Anyway, legendary rock band Styx in Kansas will hold a magnificent evening of entertainment exclusively for Florida Panthers season seat holders.
Absolutely.
How many are there?
About 30, man.
Suite holders, corporate sponsors, WCI Communities private club members, whatever that is, I have no idea what that is, and VIP guests at the Office Rent-A-Center Depot Center. An evening with Styx scheduled for Thursday, February the 3rd. Kansas will be the opening act, slated to begin at 7:30 p.m. And if you're a Panther season ticket holder, our very exclusive small group, then I'm sure you already got this fax or in the mail or on your doorstep somewhere. We have a spectacular evening of entertainment planned exclusively for our most valued fans and partners. My most valued friend, Luca. Chief Operating Officer Michael Yormark said, we wanted to pay tribute to them with a special private night and thank them for their tremendous support. I wonder if they're going to, that includes the cardboard cutouts they're going to put in the stands, too, like the night Gary Bettman showed up and they pretended they had 16,000 people for the Bruins game when there was about 9,000 in the house. Yeah, let's get some cardboard fans in the stands, Michael. Styx and Kansas are two renowned rock bands that will provide our guests with a great evening to remember. We're proud to offer this unique opportunity free of charge to all our locked-in season seat holders and supporters, as opposed to locked out as far as the hockey is concerned. And to be honest with you, the way the Panthers have played the last few seasons, Styx and Kansas sounds like an upgrade to me. Follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if it's just a shadow of their former fan. Both very good groups. No mistake about that.
Sure.
It says Office Depot Center is home to more than 165 events annually in the Panthers Hockey Club, if they ever decide to play again, the NHL. See, the owners have got, the players have got to protect the owners because they can't control themselves. They're out of control. Don't let us spend so much. Make a salary cap because otherwise we're going to go crazy. Speaking of stadiums, wait till we get to that story about the pro player. No more PP Park. Are you familiar with this?
No.
As Wayne, see, I guess he's trying to like go back to the day when we were supposed to have a Blockbuster Park. Remember that?
Sure.
All that pie in the sky, and Wayne was going to build us this, and he was going to do that. And then, of course, he sold all his Blockbuster stock, and he went on TV tearfully with a crocodile tears. Oh, gee, I'm so choked up and gagging, and I got only a couple of $1 billion over here now from all my stock. The interesting part of that is that even after he got out of Blockbuster, it still sucks.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So you can't blame Wayne for that one. You can blame him for a lot of other crap, but don't blame him for Blockbuster being about, say, a censoring, right-wing, super moralizing video chain that put a lot of mom-and-pop people out of business, a lot of good people that try to, like, provide you with a service, and in the meantime, they like to censor the movies, which is unacceptable. Don't ever buy. If you want to see an unexpurgated version of, like, a controversial movie, don't buy it at Shockbuster because the odds are it'll probably be, like, expurgated.
Have you seen the new commercials?
No.
Supposedly, I don't know if you've seen it, it says that there's no more late fees.
Right. No, there are no more late fees.
So what happens? Like, you could just keep the movie?
Yeah, forever.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Right. Just hang on. Just out of spite. Just keep it forever. Until they start calling you and, you know, putting pipe bombs in your mailbox. Just,
But they mentioned in the commercial, they're just like, oh, if you needed an extra couple days, go ahead. So.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's, you know, a little exaggeration. I'm sure if you kept it for more than a week, they'd come and break your legs. You kidding me?
We want the movie back, you bastard.
Like all of a sudden they're benevolent. Maybe that means they're starting to get some real good competition from some of these individual video stores. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be.
Yeah, because Blockbuster, nobody likes Blockbuster. I mean, there are people who are forced to go there because they don't have any, like, other neighborhood video store. But the idea that anybody wants to shop there is ludicrous. That would be like saying, oh, well, we want to shop at, like, Winn-Dixie, you know?
Oh.
What?
Huh? Nothing. It's funny because it's true.
Do you think that there are any such people really exist?
No.
I mean, they are the beef people, so what's your beef?
You're listening to Neil Rogers on 560 QAM.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
And now, we take you back to New Year's Eve in Times Square for highlights of fill-in host Regis Philbin's performance. 10 p.m., Regis says, how about those orange hats? 10:23 p.m., Regis says, I just can't get over those orange hats. 10:26 p.m., commercial break. 10:41 p.m., Regis said, hey, Ashley, have you seen the orange hats? 10:46 p.m., commercial break. 10:57 p.m. Regis says,
Thank you, Lenny Kravitz. I only wish you could see these amazing orange hats. These hats are everywhere.
11:43 p.m. Regis says,
All right, let's go back out to Times Square with that blonde girl I never met before tonight who's standing in a sea of orange hats.
11:50 p.m. Commercial break. 5 seconds before midnight, Regis says,
5, 4, 3, 2. I just love those orange hats. Happy New Year, everybody. Get yourself an orange hat for the New Year. They're great.
I think I speak for us all when I say, get better soon, Dick Clark.
And how about those orange hats?
This fax here just sends me into orbit, man. This is the best. Message, A. Lincoln, Chester A. Arthur, Tanner in the Morning. All Y100 DJs, 1975 to 2001. A. Lincoln and Chester A. Arthur were Y100 DJs?
They might have been. They had
well,
everybody.
Guess what? Nobody knows who that is. I thought he was talking about Abe Lincoln and Chester Allen Arthur, but nevertheless. I mean, just because Abe Lincoln was ugly with that big mole there. Although I have heard that. Bill Tanner, we ought to put her on there. And I'll tell you who else we left off. Brian Norcross.
Oh.
Now, as part of his punishment, the weather fairy from Channel 7, Miss Kamal, is not allowed to be on there. As part of the punishment the court included, along with the 5 years minimum, is no pulls. Oh, you know, I got this story about the preacher. I got that. I'll get to it. Thanks very much, but I already got it. I'm way ahead of you. I don't miss too much. 5670560. Let's get a zillion calls on today. I'm just in kind of a wild and zany mood, you know, based on those first couple of calls. You don't have to whisper. You can actually speak up if you want, or not, as the case may be, whatever makes you feel better. WQAM, hello.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Okay.
How about Marlon Brando and Robert Greenberg? Can I have your Sticks tickets?
Oh, if I've told you once, I've told you 9 times about that Robert Grieper. No, we don't need him. My kind don't need him. We got enough baggage. We got Bob Kunst, you know, to deal with, and we got a lot of these other... I'll tell you this Michael Chertoff, who's the new nominee by El Presidente, by Doofus, to be the Homeland Security. He looks, in fact, look at him right there.
There is one obvious reason the president made this.
He looks like a terrorist to me, doesn't he?
He does. Maybe that's
the idea. Let him on. If I saw him on a plane that I was sitting on, I would run right off. I'd run through the jetway and say, just change my plans, right. He looks dangerous. I think he's, maybe he's good friends with Bush's Saudi buddies. Maybe he's one of that crowd. I don't know who he is, but I know I don't want any part of him. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, what about George Rodriguez?
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Oh, hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Do you have Graham Chapman on the list?
Graham Chapman? I didn't know he was gay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
Good guy. And what's your take on the Saban era? That's all I got.
So far, so good. So far, so good. Huh?
Okay. Bye, Neil.
Get out of life. Yeah, the Nick Saban era, man, the Wannstedt era was depressing, but so far the Saban era has been unblemished, hasn't it?
That's right.
The Saban era is so exciting, they're even changing the name of the ballpark. Let's see. Blockbuster has no late fees. They just charge you the total amount on your credit card after 10 or so days. It says, oh, yeah, that voice from the turd bit is Wanda Sykes. She has a show on Comedy Central. And my favorite dyke is Alicia Keys and favorite fag, Ricky Williams.
Good facts.
Do not put Ricky Williams on there, okay? Although there are rumors.
Yeah, I didn't know about Alicia.
Well, Alicia Keys, I don't know. I mean, if somebody
bumping her up on the list then.
If somebody says it, then it's a rumor right off the bat. But not Ricky Williams. Poor Ricky's got enough. He's got enough problems already, enough heavy baggage to carry around. We keep hearing that all the time. And, of course, there might be something to it. But he's got 85 children by 85 different women. Well, not that proves anything, but the only thing it proves is he gets around, is that he likes to spread it around. Vernon says, dealing with no late fees with Blockbuster. They only give you 2 to 3 extra days, then they charge you the total fee for the movie. Oh, I see. So, in other words, after 2 to 3 days, if you don't bring it back, they just charge you the whole what it would cost to buy the movie. When you return the movie, they take the charge for the movie off, but then they charge you a $10 restock fee. I found this out last week when I tried to return a movie to Blockbuster. There you go. Thanks, Vernon. See, they give you a song to dance. Oh, keep it as long as you want, but guess what? We'll charge you $45,000. And we'll lean on your house, and we'll lean on you. Bill Withers, lean on me. Remember that? Bill Withers?
I do.
He was all right. He was depressing. Like Bobby Goldsboro. There are certain artists who always did very depressing songs. Sure. Bobby Goldsboro. Everybody was always dying, and, oh, she was so wonderful, but now she's dead. And, honey, she was a real sweetheart, but now she's dead. Kind of like Robert Blake would be singing that song, I would think. 48 votes for Elton John. Paul Lynn, 33. Famous Fags, your favorite. Kevin Spacey, 20. Ellen DeGeneres, 15. Tom Cruise, 12. It's only a rumor, Tommy. We don't believe it. Oh, yeah, we do. Marlon Brando, 11, who was notoriously into anything that moved. Men, women, you name it. Leonardo da Vinci, 10. Raymond Burr, 9. Cary Grant, 7. Ian McClellan, 6. Gore Vidal, 6. Charles Nelson Riley, she's got 6. See, now that quiz shows aren't too popular anymore, we don't see Charles Nelson Riley much. Although, unless you're watching the game show channel, you see the old match game shows.
Which we do.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I can put it on here right now if you want to hear it, see it. What's on right now?
The theme is what I want.
Oh, there's match game. Look at that.
Use irritability.
Oh, they're in a break, but when they come back from the break, maybe Charles Nelson Riley will be on this. If that happens, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to the track.
Let's play along.
But wouldn't that be great, though?
It would be.
My psychic powers, which are, I mean, who the hell knows what time this show is on there? It just happens to be on right now, match game. Gene Rayburn will be on there. He's still dead. Come to find out, he was a real bastard. What everybody said. Of course, I never met him. Did you meet him? No.
No.
Blank, blank. Gene Rayburn is blank, blank. That's too bad Gene Rayburn is blank. What a shame Gene Rayburn is blank. Now who's gonna fill in the blank now that Gene Rayburn is blank? I'm dying over here. No one else can do the match game. Regis knows it's not quite the same. TV game shows won't be the same now that Gene Rayburn is blank.
That's one show, thank goodness. I don't think they ever tried to bring back, did they? Not to my knowledge.
Well, what we watched was a bring back. It came back. Remember, there was Match Game.
No, I understand that, but I mean, with a different host and a different set and the whole thing, like they did with Family Feud. I mean, these different incarnations of Family Feud are enough to make me beg for Richard Dawson back, even in his senility. It is just tragic, is what it is. Anyway, Elton John 49, Paul Lim 35, Kevin Spacey 20, Ellen DeGenerate 15, Marlon Brando a dozen, Tom Cruise 12, Leonardo da Vinci 10, Raymond Burr 9, Charles Nelson Riley 8, Cary Grant 8, Ian McClellan 6, Gore Vidal 6, James J. Bullock 5. That's sad. Oh, this is, you know what? I just made a liar out of myself. Uh-oh. This is a later redo. With one of these plastic sets and plastic hosts.
Oh, Christine.
But you know who's in the upper right-hand corner?
Matchups. Choose what you think is the best
I'm
answer.
almost positive.
If you agree, you get $50. For 30 seconds.
I never even saw this before. I didn't know they remade it. No.
Steel blank. Steel mill, steel magnolias.
Steel Magnolias.
Match. Mount blank. Mount up, Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
No match. This? Pop blank. Pop tart, pop music.
Pop music.
Match. French blank. French toast, French cup.
French toast.
Match. Lean blank. Lean ground beef, lean on me.
Lean on me, Bill Withers. Oh, no, I'm telling you.
Miami blank.
I'm telling
Miami
you.
Sound Machine, Miami Vice.
Miami Vice.
Match.
Can you believe that? What are the odds of that? 1 in 85 trillion. I'm playing the lotto, man.
No, she didn't get it in time.
Okay, let's see the panel again. I want to make sure who's in the upper right there. I think it was Charles.
Yeah, 5 matches. Okay, John regained the lead.
Who is this nerdy host, man? He ain't no Gene Rayburn. Charles Nelson Riley in the upper right hand and Marshall Wallace in the bottom right. How do you like that? This is a day that will live in infamy, man. This is one of the most remarkable days of my life. Can you believe that? And lean on me. Holy moly. I just mentioned that in passing. These people don't believe me about my psychic prowess.
Right. We believe you.
Oh, yeah. WQAM, hello. Bill Withers line, hello.
Hello.
Charles Nelson Riley show, hello.
Neil, is that you?
That's me.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Neil, I got one for you, and I got just for my wife. She loves Vin Diesel, but I've heard things.
But when he ran, like Vin was listening.
Yeah, that was really great. WQAM, hello.
William Dafoe.
William Dafoe is gay?
Willem.
Oh, Willem Dafoe is gay. Oh, Willem. I always call him William. I know. It's Willem. I know. Willem. I know. He's a great actor. He's gay?
I had no idea.
Yeah, I think he is.
Heard that before?
Yeah, I've heard it. Let's spread the rumor. Well, these are just, like the poll says, either bi, gay, or suspected.
Suspected by anyone.
Suspected. A lot of suspects in the Naked City, I'll tell you that right now. Just like Freaky Carlos out there at the reception desk. I suspect that one.
No.
Oh, I suspected. Could be wrong. WQAM, hello.
Good afternoon, Neil. Yes,
Good evening.
one of your pallies, Miss Erica Estrada,
is on there.
And your old buddy, Bill Calder.
Bill Calder was gay?
You should know. You should be
No,
track
I don't
with
think
them
so, Schmuck. No, I don't think so. See, this goes back. This must be one of those racetrack nerds. My old buddy, Bill Calder. Some of these people are absolutely insane. Of all the people I've known in my life, few were more heterosexual than Bill Calder and George. WQAM, hello.
Bill.
Yes, sir.
Paul.
I beg your
Hank
pardon?
Goldberg.
WQAM, hello.
I'm a homo?
QAM.
Approximately 30, man.
WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yep.
Neil?
Yep.
Hey, I got a name for your poll.
Uh-huh.
Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt is gay?
Well, that's how he got that name, the Intimidator.
Right. Oh, God. Oh, I got one for you. Speaking of rumored, in fact, I would never would have thought about it if it weren't for this guy. Let me give you a little musical clue, okay?
That's right. All those rumors?
Jeff Gordon.
Right.
Just rumors, you understand. Heavily in denial. I'll give you another one that there have been a lot of rumors about. Oh, I got another one that's not just rumor, that's a fact. Can I give you a little clue on this one also?
Okay.
And you'll know right away who it is?
Get the honey, Junior.
Oh, Dom DeLuise.
Dom DeLuise. Why do you think they call him Louise? 12 minutes after 11 at 560 WQM, your fag station for the new millennium.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560.
Rogers got.
And now, the show that's the antidote to those liberal media distortions of our government. It's the West Texas Wing.
Congratulations on re-election, Mr. President.
Yes, sir. Congratulations on your re-election.
Well, thank you, Dick, and thank you, Conde. I feel good about the next 4 years. I sense a change in the air. Good times are ahead for everybody, and it starts with one question.
What's that, Mr. President?
Dick, do I finally get to run the country? No, I was serious.
Come back next time for a fair and balanced, compassionately conservative view of our government in action. Only on the West Texas Wing.
Michael Chertoff is Bush's nominee to be the next Homeland Security Chief. He looks to me like a really dangerous guy. Looks like a terrorist in waiting. He don't look like one of us, I'll tell you that. You know what I mean by that?
No.
He don't look American.
He
looks,
I see.
A Republican hero, but was Abe Lincoln gay? Somebody just faxed. See, I had heard that. This is from the Observer, Sunday, December 19, 2004, so just a couple of weeks ago. It says that his news guaranteed to make many Republicans squirm was Abraham Lincoln, founder of the party, now seeking a constitutional amendment to ban gay marriage in America, actually gay himself.
Gay.
A new book published next month certainly thinks so. Let's put Abe Lincoln on there. What do you say, Josh?
Okay.
The Intimate World of Abe Lincoln by C.A. Tripp provides evidence that one of America's greatest presidents had a long-term relationship with a youthful friend, Joshua Speed, and shared his bed with David Derrickson, captain of his bodyguards. Tripp, a former researcher for sex scientist Alfred Kinsey, an influential gay writer, includes asides by many of Lincoln's close friends. He was not very fond of girls, as he seemed to me, his stepmother, Sarah Bush Lincoln, once told a friend. It also includes a diary excerpt by one upper-class Washington woman who wrote of Derrickson, "There is a buck-tailed soldier here devoted to the president, drives with him, and when Mrs. L is not home, sleeps with him. What stuff?" Well, somebody's got to take up that spot in the bait, right?
Right, wasn't she loony anyway?
Oh, yeah. She was a little, well, maybe there was a reason for it. Like that. Although she enjoyed the play. Scholars have long debated Lincoln's sexuality. As early as the 1920s were making veiled references to his relationship with Speed, Joshua Speed. However, critics say that the pioneer days, men sleeping together in rough circumstances was not uncommon. Now, I don't know if I'm right about Wilford Brimley. It's either him or somebody. No, Will Gear, is that who it was?
Grandpa Walton?
Yeah, Will Gear, not Wilford Brimley.
Grandpa Walton was gay?
Yeah, Will Gear.
Wow.
Was that his name, Will Gear?
Will Gear.
Will Gear and Will...
Apparently, queer.
Will Barrett. He's dead, though, isn't he?
He's got to be.
Well, look it up. Do a little Google there, Josh. Will Gear.
Oh, you said Wilford Brimley?
No, he's not on there.
No, you said Wilford Brimley. And
no, I put him on there.
May be covered.
Well, aren't they the same person?
Your test strips, your Lancets, whether you use insulin
right.
or not.
That's Wilford Brimley. Right, he does the diabetes testing strip things. That's not the one. It was Will Gear. Wow. So do we have Wilford Brimley on there or not?
Yeah, he's on there.
Well, take him off, please.
They bill Medicare and your insurance.
Well, he may not be gay, but he sure is a pain in the ass with those damn testing strip spots.
Oh,
especially for an old diabetic like me. Now Tripp has discovered letters between Lincoln and Speed which supposedly betray a deep intimacy. How do you like that? But Tripp's book really breaks new ground. Its exhaustive portrayal of many of Lincoln's possible gay lovers, including one man who said Lincoln's thighs were as perfect as a human being could be. Well, I'm glad his thighs look good because the rest of him was pretty nasty. Make no mistake, Abe Lincoln was gay, said Professor Scott Thompson from the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy at Tufts University. But David Donald, don't ever trust a guy with two first names, David Donald, a Harvard professor and respected Lincoln biographer, has disputed Tripp's findings in his own book, We Are Lincoln Men, published last year, and says there is no definitive proof of Lincoln having affairs with any men. We don't have any, semen samples. There's just nothing to prove it. But it's rumored. That's good enough for the poll. Let's see. Could you please put Morrissey on the list? Is it on the list?
Yeah, it is now.
Yeah. Now, here's the facts from some disgruntled Doll fan out there. I can't imagine why. See, the Panther people, they're giving you concerts. You want hockey, they're giving you concerts. You want a competitive team, they're giving you concerts. The Dolphin fans, they want a competitive team, a playoff team, a Super Bowl contender before they croak. And what are they getting? They're getting a new name and a new remake at the ballpark. George, not our George, but George with a G, says, Shamalama Ding Dong. Shamalama Ding Dong, pro player is now Dolphin Stadium. Dear Wayne, why not just call the dump Name for Sale Stadium until the next Enron ponies up the cash? Warm regards, George. Yeah, they couldn't find another client to put the name on there, and it's been pro player, which has been out of business for how many years now?
About 30, man.
So they just kept it that way. But now Wayne he's doing it, baby. He's going to make up for Schlockbuster Park. Dolphins owner Wayne Huizenga put a new name on his 17-year-old stadium yesterday and might apply a new face to the facility that could cost nearly $500 million over the next 6 years. And the good news is you folks aren't going to have to pay for it. How do you like that?
All right.
Pro Player Stadium is no more. Well, that's enough to make me want to play a bit, wouldn't you think?
I think it's safe to.
The sign that used to say Robbie went dark, and now they're calling it Pro Player Park. Cause Fruit of the Loom said it's time for a change. The new rules are you have to show up in your underwear, and no one ugly is allowed in there, so you'll have lots of fun checking out those buns. My zipper's flying down,
Rectum.
so I can get my pick up when the game is over tight. Just like my Fruit of the Loom back around over my bulging mouth. Now you can see a lot more at the game, since everybody is undressed the same, and you can look around to see what's hanging down. This is paradise sound. I never realized just how good it would feel being glad in my jockeys at the football field. Since Robbie is gone, and now it's BB Park.
It's on that blonde, man. Put a start on this thing, and I'm going to rap on it all year long. You jackass. I like guys. Come in, lay down on my belt. Well, all right, sports fan.
I ate at the falafel ball stand and met the new team mascot underwear man. Looked for chicks and stared at the fun zone up above, at their tunnels of love. I've never realized just how good it would feel being clad in my jockeys at the football field. Sister Robbie is gone, and now it's BB Park. They call it BB Park. They say it's BB Park.
How about Oscar Wilde for our list?
Oh, yeah.
That's Wilde with an E on the end, just for those who don't spell too well. Oscar Wilde. Anyway, Pro Player Stadium is no more. Huizenga said announcing the name changed to Dolphin Stadium. That change is the most modest in a project that could eventually transform the stadium into a complex that boasts a roof and attracts more world-class events to South Florida, Huizenga said. Well, if it had a roof, then why would he want to kick the Marlins out, right?
Right.
Why would the taxpayers have to pony up millions and millions to build the Marlins a stadium if he's going to put a roof on PP Park?
Well,
but he told them by 2000... Huh?
Never mind, keep going.
Go ahead.
No, it's the deal that the Marlins, I was going to say, that they're involved in.
What does that mean?
Like, you know how the contract works? Like, the Marlins get screwed because basically they only get...
Oh, I know. The money from the skyboxes goes to the debt service on the stadium. I know that. They don't get squat. They advertising money.
That's why they're...
And, of course, being the hard-ass that he is, he won't rework the deal with the Marlins, which he could if he wanted to, but since he doesn't own them anymore and he doesn't care about them, screw them. He wants them out. O-U-T. The catch for taxpayers, Huizenga said, there isn't any. The Huizenga family will pay for all of this, and you know exactly what it says here?
All of these things.
That's what it says.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said. He's starting to steal my material now. During a news conference at the Dolphin Training Facility yesterday, we will not ask the city, the county, the state for any money. It'll all be funded by the Huizenga family.
All of these things.
That's what he said. He loves this show. Huizenga estimates the first two phases of a three-phase project could cost approximately $425 million, include new scoreboards, remodeling the club-level seats and suites, improving roads and pedestrian access to the stadium, and a relocation of the Dolphins' business orifices to the stadium. The stadium, which opened in 1987, I remember watching them build that stadium from the 6th floor of Calder Racetrack when my gay friend Bill Calder and I used to go to the track all the time. The stadium, which opened in '87, cost a report $115 million to build. Adding a third phase that might include retail shops or even a hotel, plus factoring in potential construction delays and overruns, could conservatively push the project's cost past $500 million. But don't worry about it. Wayne's paying for all of these
things.
What a guy, huh? Do we like him any more than we did before?
No.
No, we don't like you, Wayne. When I say we, I'm talking about the community. A permanent or retractable roof would come in the project's second stage, is budgeted between $100 and $125 million. The roof is clearly something Heisinger wants. I know there are a lot of people who are going to say, wait a second, this is Florida. We like being outside and so on. He said, I think if you want to bring in world-class events which have a big impact on South Florida, like the Orange Bowl, the Super Bowl, you can bring in many of these events. If you bring in 10 events that each have an economic impact of $100 million, you've just brought $1 billion to South Florida. I personally favor a roof on the building. The timing on all the changes Heisinger envisions will be partially determined by the Florida Marlins, who leased the stadium during baseball season. Heisinger said to be fair to the Marlins, he might have to wait 3 or 4 months before changing the signs from PP Park to Dolphin Stadium. The Marlins also will help determine how long it will take before the major construction portions of the project can begin. That's because the longer the team occupies the stadium, the longer the changes will take. The club's lease runs to 2010. And then after that, Wayne said, bye-bye. To do this could take 5, 6 years and longer if the Marlins don't leave right away, Heisinger said. And Heisinger believes the baseball team will leave soon, he says, because that's what the Marlins told him. We're assuming that in the next, I'm guessing now, let's say 3 years, they will probably be out of the stadium, he said. Then we can start on phase 2. In other words, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. The Marlins didn't seem upset by Heisinger's plans. We're just a tenant, Marlin President David Sampson said. It's a great place to play baseball, and we're thankful for the opportunity until we're not allowed to play any longer. Sampson said the name change doesn't hurt the Marlins at all. Asked if the Marlins could come out of Heisinger Stadium in 3 years, Sampson said, we're trying to get built a new stadium for the Marlins as soon as possible. Wayne has made it clear from day one he's looking forward to a time when Dolphin Stadium has no baseball. And I think back again to that first Mandich broadcast of the Dolphin game. I never forget that. When he had the audacity to criticize the fact that where the pitcher's mound was, that it was the turf was crappy and grotesque, and the running backs couldn't run, and Wayne opened up the door during a break. You better get your facts straight before you start talking crap on there, like that. Remember that?
I do.
How do you like that? And now all of a sudden it's like, well, the Marlins are messing up my stadium, and get the hell out. When in doubt, get the hell out. You're just a curmudgeon-y old fart, Wayne, and, talk a good game. You promise everybody the moon with green cheese on it, but then when it comes time to deliver, and then when you occasionally do deliver just by accident, like the Marlins win in the first World Series in '87, then you, jam it down everybody's throat. Don't care about the fans. I'm in it for the money. I'm a businessman. I'm in it for the money. You fans can, like that. A little raspberry. You notice how light that raspberry was?
Very weak.
Joyce might be
deadly raspberry.
27 after 11 at 560 WQM. We got Howard David at 2. We got Jim Mad Dog Mandich. He's under contract, baby. It's signed, sealed, delivered, maybe. 4 to 7 this afternoon. Geldy at 7, Eddie K at 10. So I guess Geldy is like the weak link, the weakest link. Maybe Mrs. Robinson could slap the crap out of him. Hey, did you earn less than $50,000 last year? If your answer is, well, then it's time for a career change. Pick up that phone and call our friends at Fast Train and get you a real job and some real cash that goes along with it. Just make that easy call, 866-FAST-TRAIN. Fast Train can have you trained ready for that new high-paying career in as short a time as 4 months. Fast Train offers high-demand, high-pay career training. If you like computers, ever thought of becoming a computer network professional, call Fast Train toll-free 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. The demand for computer professionals is at an all-time high, and Fast Train can have you trained ready for your new career, like I said, in just 4 easy months. And with locations all over town, there's bound to be one nearby where you live. They're in Kendall, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and even prestigious Pembroke Pines. Fast Train offers job placement and financial aid for those who qualify too. Day, evening, and weekend classes forming waiting for you right now. So hop on the bandwagon, get yourself a career and some real cash that goes along with it. Call Fast Train today, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively. QAM.
That's live and gay.
And now, through an interpreter, another message from Osama bin Laden.
Happy New Year. Hey, was Regis sick or something on the New Year's Rocking Eve broadcast? I love his daytime show with that hot little Kelly chick, but he was awful sitting in For Dick Clark. Anyway, I flipped over to MTV's Ice Out New Year's show with Lindsay Lohan. I'd love to chain her to one of my radiators for a month or so. Anyway, though I didn't think I'd make it, I'm around to see another year, but I'm having trouble sleeping. My uncle, Muhammad Ali Kalali Bulwani, got me the breathe right strips, but they're not helping. You'd think the constant white noise of my dialysis machine would lull me to sleep, but no. Maybe I'll try wearing socks to bed. I heard somewhere that's supposed to help. I had a nice holiday season. My two half-cousins and I went to see Meet the Fockers on New Year's Day. Not as good as the first, but some laughs. Note to self. Drop an email to Barbara Streisand and tell her she's starting to look like an Ewok. I must sign off for now. I have to get ready for my bi-weekly bath. It's a little tricky since I have to travel light. I must bathe myself in one of those baby's first bathtubs that fits into a sink. Osama out.
27:00 noon at 560 WQM. Now, are we going to get like a printed schedule to like verify? Or is Barry Jackass now putting out the program schedule for QM every day? I guess so. I guess our program director isn't as competent as Barry Jackass, which is quite an indictment if you ask me. Oh, of course, Robert Reed from the Brady Bunch says this one fact. Right. How could we forget? And widely rumored, although yet to be proven. Well, if we're going to just put rumored athletes on there, how about Troy Aikman, right?
Right.
And quarterback Jeff Garcia. It says any football player that takes his poodles to a day spa for a day of pampering can't be flying straight, is what it says here.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jeff Garcia.
Well, what about Troy Aikman?
Okay, that works too. I'm just saying Jeff Garcia is...
Is what?
He's a little light there, I can tell.
How do you know that?
Just listen to him talk.
Oh, no. So you can tell by somebody how they talk.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah. Like Raymond Burr, for example. I don't think we can play this one anymore, can we?
Let's see. No, they do say behind.
I think, they say behind and brown eye. I don't think there's anything wrong. How about if Van Morrison could sing a little brown-eyed girl?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
What's wrong with that?
I mean, ever see a girl that didn't have a brown eye?
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yeah.
There's one for the science books.
Pink.
Not always.
When this quarterback gets lonely.
No, not always.
He likes receivers that are wide.
Yeah, it's okay so far.
Some people say that number 8 is gay.
Gay.
They say Troy loves the big brown eye. Aikman. He goes down on his knees, Aikman.
Now, how are we doing so far? Is this okay?
So far, so good.
It's guys he likes to please, Aikman. He loves to slap cowboys on their behind.
Whack 'em.
He's got a spotless reputation. America's team is world-renowned. But is Troy gay? I've heard some people say.
Gay.
In the huddle he goes down.
All right.
Aikman. He goes down on his knees, Aikman. I can some balls to squeeze, Aikman. Don't clip him 'cause he likes it from behind.
Well, how do you like that, boys and girls? Yeah, we just auditioned that and found out we can play that. There's one more we can play. What's that? How many can we play?
About 30, man.
30 bits out of the 75,000 we got. Although it does mention the old brown a couple of times, but there are a lot of brown. There's brown-eyed girl, brown-eyed guys.
Right.
Somebody here says the gay decorator Christopher Lowell, of course, how could we leave him out? And Willard Scott? Never heard that one before. Not all the weather fairies are, I don't think Willard Scott.
What about Jack Porkheimer?
Is he yeah, I guess he is on TV, isn't she?
He sure is.
Okay, yeah. Jack Horkheimer. I didn't know Jack was out. Oh, she's not? Too bad. She is now.
She's out a lot.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
out around
talk
town.
about, huh? He likes to flit around a little bit. He likes to get out there in space and travel to all the planets. You know, Saturn, Mars, Mercury, Uranus. Fred says Heisinger will create the new dolphin development with his own money. All of these
things.
But what Wayne will not tell you is that he will issue stock in the New Dolphin Corporation and screw the public as he's had in the past with other stock issues. You don't mean like Republic Industries and Auto Nation? Is that what you're talking about? Things like that? Oh, all of these things.
All of these things.
Here's the fact: we're getting Lincoln intent. Oh, and of course Liberace. That's why I played that little drop in there. Haven't played that in a long time.
Right.
Bet you forgot all about that, as a matter of fact.
I did.
I'll be seeing you in everything that's light and gay.
Remember that?
Right. I do.
Well, there you go. Liberace. Even though he denied it, of course.
Please.
Oh. Let's see a couple more here. Oh, now, come on. This is bad. Now, that's not right. Roland Stedham? That's bullcrap. I don't buy that. These people think every weather guy is a weather fairy. And next I'll be telling you Don is, we don't buy it.
Well, there has been a pattern here locally.
Has it really?
A weather pattern.
Well, what about Todd Tungan?
Is he a weather guy?
I don't know what he does on Channel 10, although he loves this show.
The 10 taxi, which is really annoying.
Yeah. Now, don't put people, suspect it means like really, not just one person says, Louis Aguirre, Channel 7 News and Deco Drive, widely rumored, okay? And, of course, the fact he works at Channel 7. Oh, I got another one if we're going to do Channel 7 people on there. How about Craig Stevens?
Okay.
And how about Brian Andrews?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing. When you're talking sex with Brian Andrews...
We're not talking about women.
All right.
Rectum.
Oh, wow. That was special. Getting a lot of Abe Lincoln faxes here.
Those are
Lincoln
testimonials, right?
Huh?
About Abe Lincoln? Testimonials?
Yeah. People that actually did him, or the other way around. Lincoln was very fond of witty and quite often ribald stories, very many of them having anal references. When a friend once suggested he should collect his stories and publish them in book form, Lincoln replied he could not, for such a book would stink like 1,000 privies, he said. Wow. Another trip rediscovered. Is this Linda Tripp or this other Tripp? She is a Tripp, ain't she, with that new nose of hers? Oh, I'll tell you who's really incredibly ugly. Who did I see last night? She's got a new... Oh, who is it?
Amber Fry.
No. Nicole Kidman. Do you know how many... Have you ever seen her close up lately?
Yeah, well...
She's had how many nose jobs?
About 30, man.
She's got to look like Michael Jackson. She's really become grotesque. She's a good actress. I like some of the stuff she's been in. Occasionally she's a good actress. Not always, but once in a while she's in something really good. But she's starting to get really nasty looking. And she's evidently trying to, prevent, the advance of whatever age does to you.
Yeah.
And it's having a reverse effect. She's got 75,000 nose jobs. Okay, I just mentioned that in passing. I don't want to burst. You're not a big Nicole Kidman fan anyway.
No, she's adequate, like fine.
Yeah. In other words, in the dark.
Just fine.
As opposed to Amber Fry, who even in the dark, she is really, man, you talk about Mias.
Be afraid.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. In fact, Scott Peterson, I'm glad they're going to put his ass away. Let's see. Did they ever have the? They haven't had that yet, right? Giving him the gas or what?
They have not, but they have agreed to give him the gas.
No, I know they haven't given them. No, that's right. See, all these good things happen.
They got to do appeals and
they had the sentencing. That's right. And they said death penalty, give them the gas. And I think just alone on bad taste, I think that's good enough. 20 till noon at 560 WQAM. Boy, I'm sure rambling on here. I don't know what else is going on these last couple of days. And I'm also having to get my voice in training for the 4 hours, which is not good. The timing of this isn't especially good because the scratchy, phlegmy, this thing. At this time of year with the low humidity inside and the artificial heat, it gets you that scratchy throat syndrome. And talking for 4 hours, I think is about 3 hours too much. Hey, the main man, Anthony Caliendo at Acceptance Capital Mortgage, says it's time for New Year's resolutions like most Americans. Pay off your credit cards, lower your debt, cutting your mortgage payments, pulling out cash, investing in real estate are on the top of a lot of people's list. South Florida is one of the hottest real estate markets in the U.S., so why keep so much equity in your house or pay those high interest rates? The main man's New Year's resolution is to give back to the community. This year they partnered with Kids in Distress with a track record of 25 years of helping over 5,000 abused and neglected children each and every year. Acceptance Capital is donating a portion of all commissions on every closed loan to this great cause. With 6 kids of his own, the main man knows how important being a parent is, so forget about calling anybody else. Call the main man, Anthony Caliendo, at 1-888-483-LOAN. Or you can go to themainman.com and fill out your application right on the web online. Call him today, 1-888-483-LOAN.
The Howard Stern Show. Neil Rogers, mornings and midday. And sports around the clock. 560 WQAM.
I'm dying over here.
Let's
you some more prisoners. Make them scream nice and loud. Oh! Get me some wires and a battery pack. I don't care if they ain't from Iraq. Should be used to the torture. 'Cause they're just playing their game. In the past, it had to be worse with Saddam Hussein.
Oh! You feel your TV's let you down. Are you getting sick of Will and Grace? Yeah, who's your daddy? Seems so wrong. Fear factors, contestants, puke. Just flip 2 channels all day long. Goodbye to NYPD Blue. Rebel billionaires already canceled. Donald Trump must be smiling. There are so many CSIs. New spin-offs every night. Forget Desperate Housewives and King of Queens. Don't like Jack Elias. Nanny 911 sure sucks. Brings me down, makes me frown. Celebrity poker showdown. Law and order can be a bummer now. Those queer-eyed folks will dress you. The 70s show I just don't like. Nothing's on tonight.
I got some more that we left off there. A couple of dykes.
Okay.
What about Olivia Newton-John?
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
She'll get some votes. And what about somebody that won't get any votes, but... Huh?
Right, Madonna.
No, not Madonna.
Rosie O'Donnell. Can't believe she's gay.
Oh, we put her on there.
I beg your pardon? We did not put Rosie O'Donnell on it. And Bill in Fort Lauderdale, you better pay closer attention, okay? Miss Kamal, as part of her punishment, is not allowed to be on any more pools for at least 5 years, except on the inside, I guess.
He is transcended like Michael Jackson.
So there, forget about that. Bill in Fort Lauderdale, you're slipping lately, okay? You had a pretty good run there for a couple of days. Let's see, how about stroke victim Luther Vandross? And also it says, could you play Sooner or Later? I can't stop singing that tune, even if I can't understand what the F Boca is saying. Very garbled. It is not garbled. Now, see, now, well, I put the original ones back in there again because you forced them to be, I think you'll like this one better.
I didn't force it.
Yeah, you did.
You begged him not to do it. So you can't understand some of the things.
As they say on the West Coast, you two-legged him on.
Sooner or later, the Sunni's gonna get you. Sooner or later, the Sunni's gonna get you. Sooner or later, the Sunni's gonna get you. The Sunni's gonna get you in the war you'll never win. Resistance is what you'll find when you commit genocide. With the blueprint of Nazi occupation, Iraqi try to defend their homes against us instead of the Saudis that insert retaliation. Sooner or later, the Sunni's gonna get you. The Sunni's gonna get you in the war you'll never win. You leave no child behind by sending them off to die in a war that's insane and homicidal. One system of genocide is that the people you find with weapons to lose get suicidal. Jesus was God. Jesus was God. Jesus was
It's 11:49, 11 till noon. I notice there's some names been left off here, and of course we're putting a lot of pressure on Josh here today, but let's get the list complete as we can, okay? Errol Flynn I don't see on here. Do you see him?
No.
No. Danny Kaye, do we see Danny Kaye on there?
I do.
Do you?
I see Errol Flynn. He's got 5 too while we're there.
Errol Flynn? Oh, yeah, he does. And what about Danny Kaye? He's on there. Like I said, Josh is doing a hell of a job, but I don't see Sir Lawrence Olivier. Rhymes with gay. Get him on there. I was Danny Kaye's boyfriend. Alleged. All these things are alleged. Here's a picture that I can't make out because of the bad facts, but I have seen it before anyway. Cary Grant and Randolph Scott. We got Cary Grant on there. Randolph Scott. Nobody in this audience will know who that is, but you can go ahead and put him on it. Randolph Scott, another actor.
Okay.
Speaking, and since we're putting jocks on here too, which isn't asked in the question, but who cares? Bill Tilden, famous tennis player back, I think, in the 30s, and his whole tennis career he was one of the greatest ever. But his tennis career was destroyed when he was like having sex with a 15-year-old boy, something like that. He was kind of like, he was kind of like, now, how old was that kid that Miss Kamal thought he was meeting? 13?
14? Something like
that. At any rate. Elton John, 66, Paul Lynde, 44. That's pretty good for Paul Lynde, because other than Hollywood Squares and Bewitched, what would anybody remember him for in this, in today's crowd, right?
Right.
What else was he in? I mean, he was on Broadway plays, but nobody remembers those. Bye Bye Birdie.
Really? Paul Lynde? Gay guy?
Yeah.
Broadway? I don't believe
Right. No, seriously, what else would he be known for other than
that's it.
Hollywood Squares and
he
Bewitched?
did little guest appearances like that and other minor things, but nothing that anyone would remember.
Now, what's that bit we've got about Bewitched? What is that thing?
They're dead.
Oh, is that it?
Yes, they are.
Now, is he mentioned in there? They're dead?
I think he is mentioned in there.
Really?
They're dead. They're dead. The whole darn cast is dead.
Yes.
They're dead. They're dead.
Boy.
They're definitely dead. Liz Montgomery and Agnes Moorehead, Dick York and the other Dick too. And it's straight that
that's one.
is taking a turn now too. They're dead. They're dead. Like doornails, they're all dead. They're dead. All dead. Yes, positively dead. Except for Adam and Tabitha, but we're working on that too. So stay tuned and they will be dead soon.
Not Dick York, but the other Dick that was on Dick Sargent. He was a gay. Remember that? And of course,
I don't remember.
Well, he was.
So they didn't have like a gay report or anything for the rest of us, Not that we would have cared.
No, this was like on Geraldo he came out. I guess he got AIDS or something like that, and then in his waning days he came on the air and fessed up and all this other, Kevin Spacey, 29. Tom Cruise, 24, is widely rumored, Tom. Okay, now, of course, none of us really believe that, do we?
Yes.
Leonardo da Vinci, 18. Ellen DeGeneres, 17. Oh, boy, I feel so bad for you people. What is it that you like about her? Can she sing?
No.
Is she funny?
No.
Can she act?
No.
Is she hot?
No.
But other than that, she's dynamite. She's a dyke. Marlon Brando, 15. Cary Grant, 13. Raymond Burr, 11. Charles Nelson Riley, 10. Nathan Lane, 9. Gore Vidal, 9. Ian McKellen, 8. Look at that. You put him on there twice, you liked him so much. So he's got 14. You put it all together. What is that all about?
Oops.
Oh, I see. We spelled it. We gave you a choice. We spelled one with an E and one with an A. We got the Canadian version, one with an A. James J. Bullock, 6. Rock Hudson and George Michael and Errol Flynn, 5. Oscar Wilde, 4. Abe Lincoln, 4. Willem Dafoe, 4. Tony Perkins, 4. Danny Kaye, Norma Kent, Montgomery Clift, Ricky Martin, Leo DiCaprio, James Dean, Sal Mineo each have 3. Jeff Gordon's got a pair. Graham Chapman, 2. Bill Tanner's got a pair.
What?
Dom DeLuise, 1. Brian Norcross, 1. Jim Nabors, 1. Alexander the Gay, 1. Alice Rantel, 1. Siegfried Fischbacher's got 1, which is really going to piss off his buddy because he don't have any. Eric Estrada, 1, and the others don't have any yet. Brian Andrews, Craig Stevens, Liberace. Oh, I love the way that Josh spelled Liberace. Wait till you take a look at this. You will pee in your pants. Liberaci. That must be the Italian version.
Yeah.
CHI? ACE. Liberace. Liberace, okay? Not Liberace. Oh, brother. Christopher Lowell, Troy Aikman, Jeff Garcia, Wally Cox, Lou Christie, Tab Hunter, and Roy Horn have the big so far. Did we put Oscar Wilde on there or not? Did I just get through reading Oscar Wilde? It's not on there.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, he's got 4 already. Like I said, Josh is doing a hell of a job. Partially. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. Better take some calls now. I haven't even gotten to my whole stack of stuff. I like, this is my idea of the way I'm going to do the show from now on. A little more, I don't know, off the wall. Just however the hell we feel, that's what we'll do.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Who's paying any attention anyway?
Not quite so structured. And, of course, in this place where we can't even get a program schedule, where we have to look at Barry Jackass' column in the Herald in the morning to find out who signed and who didn't sign and all this other stuff. That is pretty sad, Clarence. It's a pretty lame-ass weak job. Unless, of course, we get another one of these deals, another chigger in a woodpile, and we find out at 4, it wasn't signed, and they put some more stuff in there. I mean, who knows? WQAM, hello.
O'Neill?
Yes, sir.
I got one for your poll. I'm not sure if he's already on there. Freddie Mercury?
That's right. Somebody mentioned that before, and that's another one we didn't get on there. Thanks for reminding us.
And how about David Bowie?
And David Bowie. And Mick Jagger.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. How about those three? Can we handle it now?
We're there.
David Bowie, Mick Jagger, bye, at the very least. And who's the other one I just said?
Freddie Mercury. He's on there.
Freddie
He went on
Mercury.
a little bit late after the mention.
What do you mean he went on there? He's not on there. I just got through reading the whole list.
Oh, I'm looking at him.
You're looking at him? He probably don't look too good right now.
Right, no.
To be honest with you, he didn't look all that good back then either.
No, but he was a good
music.
guy. He was a good guy.
5670560. See, the scratchy throat syndrome starting to kick in right now. So I think it'll be like Josh from noon to 2.
Oh, take a lozenge.
Huh?
Take a lozenge.
I don't have any lozenges right now. I could go over and get the some Hall's Mentholyptus.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be necessary. Unless you would like me to, I'll be more than glad to take 5 minutes out.
No.
Look for the QAM van right now as we speak at the Shell station on Sheridan Street, just west of I-95. Stop by to pick up a movie pass to watch Coach Carter tonight at the Regal Oakwood Plaza. Is the van still there, I hope?
They'd tell us if it wasn't.
As far as we know, it'd still be there.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Oh, this is Pope John Paul Lynde, and if you ask me, the only thing more fun than playing grab-ass with the Swiss guide is the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour. Oh.
It can strike anytime, anywhere.
I was at the express checkout and got this uncontrollable urge to grope my melons.
Madonna can help.
I began to suspect a problem when I started sharpening my bra.
Women today are facing an affliction the likes of which the world has never seen. Madonna.
Yeah, we uncovered the disease when we noticed an overexposure to Madonna led to rude, raunchy behavior in laboratory animals. Who would have thought a rat could vogue?
But there is hope. We here at Madonna can bring you back using the special deprogramming techniques we've developed.
Boy toy, boy toy.
No, Esther, it's your husband!
Wow, Ralph, it's you! Once I realized I'd never be able to get a date with Sandra Bernhardt, I was fine. I owe Madonna everything.
Don't waste a minute. Call Madonna today. Get in touch with yourself. Wait, let me rephrase that. Lose the beauty mark and find out who you really are at Madonna.
Well, you touched on her before, so to speak, and we never put her on there. Why not?
Let me
if
go
there's
watch.
Anybody who brags about her bisexuality, it's certainly the obnoxious Madonna, the unctuous and the smelly and the hairy and, yeah. She just makes me nauseous. Oviedo, Florida, a Presbyterian minister collapsed and died at the pulpit after saying, and when I go to heaven, his colleague said, when I go to heaven, that was it. The Reverend Jack Arnold, 69, was nearing the end of his sermon Sunday at Covenant Presbyterian Church in Oviedo when he grabbed the podium before falling to the floor, said Reverend Michael S. Beats, the church's associate pastor. Several parishioners, I guess he did it without missing a beat. Several parishioners with medical backgrounds tried to revive Arnold, and paramedics were called, but he appeared to die instantly. In fact, just before he said, and when I go to heaven, he said,
I'm dying over here!
Arnold had been the senior minister at the church in this Orlando suburb until the late 90s when he began traveling to Africa and the Middle East to teach pastors. The cause of death was believed to be cardiac arrest. He had bypass surgery 5 years before. I mean, sometimes that bypass holds up, and sometimes it don't, you know? It's just the way the Lord works. He works in mysterious ways, just like that.
Reached down and squeezed his heart.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I've got two people for you to put on your list.
Okay.
In fact, one of them was just mentioned you just had, and that was Sandra Bernhardt.
Okay.
And the other one was the female tennis player that played against Bobby Riggs in that contrived match.
There's Billie Jean King.
Billie Jean King.
And then there's also, who is the other tennis player? The dyke. Martina Navratilova.
Yeah.
Not Martina Hingis, Martina Navratilova.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. There's 3 more for you for your list.
There's 7 more, right.
There you go.
Okay, thanks a lot, Pally. Have a great day. Too late. Too late. Phil in Mudgate faxes and says, long time no fax. Oh, no wonder I've been in such a good mood, Phil. I don't know if anyone mentioned this, but aren't you sick of these blank holes with their troop ribbon magnets all over their cars? Mostly SUVs. I've seen yellow, red, white, and blue, camouflage, pink, you name it. I wouldn't take it yesterday when this idiot had one that said, freedom isn't free, so I wrote on it, so why don't you go to Iraq? Bleep hole, spaz hole. I got to come up with something that, I don't know. On a side note, I'm going to school to change careers so that I can move to Canada. This place sucks, says Phil Muggy. I agree with that. Well, after that week I was there in December, whoa, man. I've never spent, it seemed like only 40, 50 years I was there. I kept thinking, sometimes I feel that life is passing me by. Boy, it is just ponderous. Oh, look at that. Active terrorism in the U.S. over the next several weeks. Not likely 59%, likely 39%. Right, like we know, like we have some idea. Wolf Blitzkrieg on there trying to get the public all whipped up again. Guess what I saw last night on one of my 85,000 movie channels?
What did you see last night?
The end of. I just couldn't turn it off. It was about two-thirds of the way through.
Fargo.
Bowling for Columbine.
Oh.
It included the scene where he took those two injured kids from Columbine to a Kmart in Detroit. And in the beginning, they gave him the old brush off, but once he brought the media in, all of a sudden it was a different story, and Kmart decided, we're not selling any ammo, man. No more bullets. And then, of course, it included the thing with Dick Clark. Close the door. Close the door. We're out of here. We're late for an appointment. Close the door. Bye-bye. Dick Clark. And I'm going to say it again. If there is a God, trust me.
Oh, God!
He put the hex on Dick Clark for bowling for Columbine, for taking advantage of those poor, desperate women and men.
Yeah, right.
And then, of course, the frosting on the cake was the Chuck Heston thing again. That is so beautiful. It is so perfect. And when he gets up out of that chair, when he reaches over to shake his hand and like, okay, that's it.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, and starts waddling away. I mean, the man at that point, that interview had to be like, what, 4 or 5 years ago?
Okay,
3 years?
thereabouts.
Yeah. And now, of course, he's got the Alzheimer's, so he's like probably all just drooling all over himself there. Like I told you, there might be a God up there somewhere. Out there, down there, in there, or maybe the devil made him do it, huh? Or maybe it might have been
God!
Putting the hex on Chuck Heston. Oh, yeah, Truman Capote on the list. Rock Hudson, is that Rock Hudson not on there? I thought we agreed to put him on there. Truman Capote, in Cold Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you ever see her in any of those interviews?
Never seen Truman Capote.
Well, you won't see her anymore. She's kind of dead, but wow. I mean, there's a stereotype they love to put on the air. I don't know. I think that Merv Griffin. Oh, how about Merv Griffin?
That's right.
Widely rumored. Again, we're not saying it's so, Merv, but a lot of us believe it very, very strongly. With all your money, what a disgrace. Merv Griffin. For the list. And all that Ava Gabor crap. Let's see, what is this? Have you seen this First Girl ad for Hardee's?
Fist.
Oh, Fist Girl. See, there you go with that fist stuff again. It wasn't bad enough we had that deal Kung Po Chicken Fist, whatever that thing was.
Yeah.
A blonde woman wearing a strapless dress and high heels sticks her entire fist in her mouth and pulls it out back out and smiles. How do you know if you can eat the largest double burger in the country, asked the announcer. There's one way to find out. In a second spot, a different blonde woman, this one's wearing a spaghetti strap top, crams her mouth full of plastic straws, raising her eyebrows and nodding at the camera along the way. Man.
Yeah, you
About
go
a year
Hardee's.
and a half ago, Hardee's revamped itself. Its menu was too confused, offering fried chicken, roast beef, and hot dogs, needed a fresh new image. So it simplified and focused on two things that seem to go great together, excessively large hamburgers and 18 to 34-year-old males. The young dude demographic has become a key target for most fast food chains, but young guys are perhaps the most jaded and cynical audience there is. To reach them, you can get all bizarre and absurdist, or you can fall back on the trusty old standby, sex. Hardee's went with sex. I hadn't seen these new ads on TV. Hardee's is not on the Northwest or the Northeast or West of the Rockies, but a reader asked me to check them out. She compared the ads to internet porn, and I think she has a point. Consider this video clip synopsis. A woman walks alone into a featureless stage, wearing high heels and a dress, and proceeds to fist herself. Go on, Google these particular nouns and verbs, see where it takes you.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Let's see. Ed in Fort Lauderdale says, how about Bert Convy? Bert Convy was gay? I don't think so. I never heard that. I know he died of a brain aneurysm or something like that. His brain, blew up. Yeah, he was on Tattletales, Super Password, on a lot of game shows. Bert Convy was not gay. That we know. I've never heard the rumor. So sorry about that, Ed. Ed probably had a thing for Bert. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. I'll tell you one thing. By 2 o'clock, I would like to have a schedule in here, like a tangible sheet of paper that's got a schedule on it. As opposed to this nonsense, this madness. I was saying to Muff this morning, this may have been very amusing and fascinating and intriguing for a while, but now it's getting really embarrassing. And even a company like this that has no embarrassment level, it's just too embarrassing to come on here every day and tell the audience, well, we don't know who's going to be on today because we can't get our act together and because the corporate keeps jacking people all around. I mean, enough already. Get a lineup written up. Let's stick with it and let's move on, okay? That's our New Year's resolution. It's already the 11th of the month. Let's get with it, Clarence, you putz. WQAM, hello.
Lonnie Quinn is flaming.
Lonnie who?
Lonnie Quinn?
I have no idea.
Local weather person?
I have no idea who that is. WQAM, hello.
Can I have Clarence's job?
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I got you to answer the list.
Yes?
Howard Stern and Neil Rogers.
Genius.
WQAM, hello.
Mike and Son.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Pretty
I got
good.
a name for your list.
Okay.
Okay. His coming out article, or should I say interview, was in GQ magazine. But ever since that interview came out, there's been no mention of it, and he even got married. Wrestling's The Rock.
The Rock is gay?
That's what he said in an interview in GQ magazine.
I'll be damned. Okay,
Yep.
thanks, Pally.
Well, hold on. Hey, Neil.
Yep.
Stop calling us Goyim, Jew boy.
Okay, get lost. Get some new material, by the way. The Rock.
The Rock's
Well,
not
those
gay.
professional wrestlers are all, pretty much
Gay.
most.
Just because they shave.
Just because they shave and grab each other's privates, right, and roll around on the floor together.
Football players do that,
5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless lines. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil God.
Yes, sir.
How about Mike Piazza?
Yeah, rumors about Mike Piazza. There's another jock rumor. Okay, thank you. How soon we forget, right? Not
right.
that we believe that. A guy that squats down on his haunches all day, huh?
Right.
Now, of course, one thing, even Josh knows the answer as to whether he's a pitcher or a catcher. Mike Piazza is gay.
He's now first. Okay.
I beg your pardon?
He's now first baseman.
Oh, is he? He got tired of squatting, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see who gets to it first, okay? Who gets to it?
I got into squatting.
There you go. I couldn't resist.
He stands up straight now.
Does he really? Oh, that's good. He stands up erect? 5670560. In fact, maybe that's that whole deal about Homo erectus. Maybe that's where that came from. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I got somebody for the list.
Yes, go ahead.
Neil Rogers.
Yeah.
Is he already on it?
The poll says, other than Neil, who is your favorite?
Other than Neil? Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, don't be sorry.
All right, bye.
Okay. Because if I did that, it would be like loading up the pool, and who the hell wants to do that? Like patting myself on the back. We don't want to do that, do we? No, not in this place. And we want to take a lot of abuse. We want to be abused and criticized. I mean, we don't care about the callers. Callers are mostly lunkheads anyway. I'm talking about inside the building, People running around like Matty Bell and Ray Perry and all these other sports nerds, silly-eyed Gary Sarner, knocking my TV set. Hey, I got news for you, Gary, okay? My TV's got more class than you'll ever have. How do you like that? I was watching a little CSI Miami last night, which I can't stand that show. See, I like the real shows like the ones on A&E and the ones on whatever else.
Right.
Those investigative reports shows. But the
Yeah,
only reason I was
another
watching
cop show, the CSI stuff.
I beg your pardon?
It's just another cop show, another.
Oh, that's right. You wouldn't like it anyway. No, I don't like it, but it was in HD. It was on the CBS HD affiliate where they. Oh man, it's hard to turn something off when it's on an HD. It really is, especially the PBS, the Discovery Channel, any live ball game stuff like that.
Right.
Now, Josh Cordes is trying to get me really nervous about it, and I noticed that certain people, I don't want to mention any of our sports nerd people on this station, whipped up to a frenzy about Peyton Manning and the Colts. Well, something, we'll see. His record, his lifetime record against the Patriots is an embarrassment.
Yes,
I would just point that out to you right up front, okay?
I just want to point out that the Patriots, towards the end of the season, lost to the Dolphins.
Yeah, so big deal.
Wow.
Well, what does that prove?
That's a bird.
Didn't I say they weren't playing their best at the end of the season? But you know something? Everybody has a down week. And who had a better record this season? Who beat, when they met head-to-head, who won the game? Patriots. Yep. And who had the better record? Patriots.
Yeah, but later
so I
in the year,
my case.
that's not how you want to be losing to.
In addition to which, they're playing in New England, and on the road, Peyton Manning has got, and who did they beat up the other day? A little girls' team, Denver. Denver, a team that struggled to beat those Dolphins that you're talking about. Denver, a silly little girls' team with no defense. Well, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be who knows? But how soon they forget, man. They gave the Patriots no chance 3 years ago. They gave no chance. Well, no, last year, who the hell knows? Because everybody forgot there was a game. We were too busy with boobies. So sad. Your team wins the Super Bowl, second time in 3 years, and a game is like an afterthought. The most exciting Super Bowl game in the history. I don't think there's any question about that. Because generally the Super Bowl, more often than not, has been a real lemon, a real clunker.
Yeah.
But last year was scintillating, was phenomenal. One of those great come from behind, last-minute heroics. And what do we get? We get, Janet Jackson did this and Justin Tinkerbell did that. Oh, grow up. Grow up, America, will you please? God. 12:13 at 560 WQM. Let me tell you right now, with the holidays finally over, boy, it goes on. Thanksgiving turns into Christmas and Chanukah and New Year's, and all kind of seems to blend together. And I'm sure a lot of you had pain in the ass relatives and guests visiting and messing up your house, messing the carpeting up. Here's the answer. Call Rock Concepts right now. This is the perfect time to get your house back in order. and get rid of that schmutz that's all over the house. When it comes to cleaning your carpeting, nobody does it better, which is why I've used Dry Concepts for over 25 years in my homes, because they have an exclusive patented dry cleaning method that nobody else ever dreamed of doing. It sucks out the deep down dirt way down there in the fibers of your carpet, which you can't see with the naked eye, which not only makes them look cleaner and like brand new, but also a hell of a lot more sanitary, too. And so not only your carpeting, but your furniture, your drapery, your area rugs, your expensive oriental rugs, all of these things, as Wayne would say.
All of these things.
They'll make it look just like brand new. And as far as your carpeting is concerned, they dry in about an hour and a half to 2 hours, so you really can clean today and still entertain tonight. And as far as price is concerned, no rip-offs, no scams, no games. They give you a written guaranteed price up front before they start doing their fantastic job. Do yourself a favor now that the holidays are over in Dade, Broward, and the Palm Beaches. Pick up that phone and call them toll-free, 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071 for Dry Concepts, making carpets clean in South Florida since 1979.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
You see what I mean about those rejoins?
Yeah.
What is that? Huh?
It's a rejoin.
No, I understand that, but it's like a contest now to see if they can, like, catch a short.
Beware of exploding balls.
Not. Okay, as long as we still got those 85,000 pictures of Anna on our website, along with Vanessa Kelly and the Supreme Court justices from Jon Stewart's book. How about Anna Cornajolia? And how about Enrique Iglesias? And how about Luis Miguel?
Okay.
You got those, Josh?
I got those.
How about Clay Aiken?
Okay.
Jay faxes and says, love the show, hate the station. Quick question, can QAM work on removing the Spanish Al-Qaeda preaching that's constantly on in the background? Or maybe just move them to the 2 to 4 slot instead? Mo blows, it says. Well, that's bad. Mo blows. How do you like that? John says, you see, some people out there think they know something, but they don't. This is what bothers me about talk radio, along with many other things. John faxes and says, I have one final idea for a poll. We need lots of poll ideas, baby. I'll tell you that right now. Like for tomorrow would be good. Although that thing you were faxing me before, we've done that. Somebody suggested it the other day. We haven't done it in a long time about TV theme songs.
Right.
And it's a website, retrocrush.com, TV themes. And they've got the 100 greatest TV themes, but they only list the first 59 or something up to like number 41. And then after that, it's like it says at the bottom of this, I took the trouble to print this whole thing out after George emailed it to me. It says, more coming each day, check back often.
Teasers.
Yeah. So give us like the 59 from number 41 down to 100, and the top 40 we don't have yet.
But I do want to thank Boca Brian for this, though.
What's that?
Finally. I couldn't find it online, but he has it. Well, where is it?
I'm listening.
Oh, there it is.
Well, what does that mean?
Match game 73. You don't remember this? And they remade it?
I don't understand. He had to send that to you? Now, let's see which ones I got. I have two versions of it
all,
here.
So I don't have to.
Yeah. Well, of course I took them all. What the hell do you need it for?
Fun.
Only old farts like me are into TV quiz show.
Here's the original.
Oh, that's the original one. Oh, that's horrible. That is awful.
All right.
No wonder Gene Rayburn croaked.
Oh, you do have it. I just like that guitar.
Oh! And of course, we probably, as long as I have this disc in there, probably shouldn't forget. Well, that's the old one. Remember that?
No. I mean, I remember the theme, but not the show.
That's back in the day when they used to go shopping, when Chuck Swillery was on that show. That shows you how bad he is. That's probably the most popular, next to The Price is Right, the most popular game show, along with Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune in the history of TV. And yet when Chuck Swillery was on the show, it was a bomb. Una bomba mala. Huh?
Yeah.
It was bad. Now, let's see. What am I looking for? Oh, the real Wheel of Fortune theme, the new one? That wouldn't be on this one, I don't think. Oh, that's even older. That's the Chuck Swillery days, man. Mm-hmm. Oh, when they used to have that little ceramic Dalmatian on there all the time when people would go shopping with their women. Remember that?
Yeah.
Who the hell wants a freaking ceramic Dalmatian anyway? Well, that's great. Okay, that's enough. Anyway, John faxes and says, I have one final idea for a poll. If there was one famous person who has died but wish could come back, who would it be? Haven't we done that?
I don't know. We've done, like, your favorite dead person.
But wish would come back. And then let me go on and read the rest where he was... And it's not a bad idea, but then when we get to the rest of it, John, then I start, like, raising all three eyebrows. It says, my vote is for Edward Murrow so he could expose the Bush administration for the punk-ass blood-shedding war-mongering McCarthyite that he is. And then he goes on to say, by the way, why hasn't Walter Cronkite stood up for this administration? John, I don't know anybody who's written more columns ripping the Bush administration, not just on the war, but on everything than Walter Cronkite. Most of which we've had on our website, many of which I've read here on the air. And don't be knocking old Walter, okay? He's one of the very few TV news people, pundit type, who's really ripped him an ass. So what are you talking about, John? What you be saying, huh? Get with it, John, you idiot. I mean, how many of those have I read?
About 30, man.
Right here on the show. Mm-hmm. But everybody's an expert. WQAM line 9, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got one for your poll. How about
Yes?
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson, that's outstanding, even though we're very embarrassed and humiliated. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I got a Michael Jackson story here. I guess we'll stick that one ahead of the fake mooning.
All right.
The Randy Moss story. And by the way, nice hairdo, Randy. WQAM, hello.
I want extra money to say rock solid. rock solid.
I got an idea. Let's send him to...
Rock solid.
Let's send him to ear...
Rock.
Yeah. How's that?
There you go.
Send him to ear...
Rock.
Don't forget the Big O's on 5 to 7 in the morning. We're giving like a little lead in there, okay? Probably ought to have a big Julio tune in, wouldn't you think? They like that Spanglish sound, you know, that like that baby English. Now that we put Enrique and Luis Miguel and Anna Cornajola on it, there must certainly be some more singer-type people, right, that we've left off?
There has to be. Well, I mean,
Such
we want to
as-
do lesbian singers.
Huh?
We could just speculate.
Right. Such as? Did we
what's-
ever put
what's
Olivia
her name?
Newton-John on there?
Did we?
I
Yeah, she's
suggested.
on there. We got Natalie Imbruglia. It's just a rumor.
Yeah.
Who else?
Oh, I got one. What's that other Latin singer, the one that they married off a couple of times, that was a real ugly, nasty with that schnoz, Carl Malden nose. You know what I'm talking about.
That's
Mark
your area.
Mark
Anthony?
Mark Anthony. That's the one.
Okay.
Put her on there. Put him on there. Mark Anthony. A lot of rumors about Mark Anthony. Of course, Latin singer, you know, gay Latin singer is a redundancy, I think, generally speaking. In fact, even Julio the Iglesias, there were rumors about him, even the great womanizer that he was, obviously was. But there were rumors that he, had dalliances in other areas. You know what I mean?
Rectum.
Other areas. And then, of course, Enrique. And then the other one, which we won't put him on there because nobody knows who it is,
Enrique
Jr.
Yeah.
Huh?
Junior.
Right. Iglesias Jr. Remember those pictures that we had?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Hey, if you earned less than $50,000 last year, then it's time for a career change, man. Get yourself some training so you can get yourself a real job and some real cash. Pick up the phone and call Fast Train at 866-FAST-TRAIN. They can have you trained and ready for that new high-paying career in as little as 4 months. Fast Train offers high-demand, high-pay career training. If you like computers and ever thought about becoming a computer network professional, call Fast Train today at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. The demand for computer professionals right now is at an all-time high, and they can have you trained and ready for that new career in just those 4 short months I said only moments ago. Fast Train's got locations all over town. They're in Kendall, Miami, Pembroke Pines, and Fort Lauderdale, and they offer job placement and even financial aid for people who qualify, too. Day, evening, and weekend classes are forming at Fast Train right now, so like I said, get off of that dead-end job you're on right now. Get off the dead-end trail and get on the bandwagon to some real cash. Call Fast Train today, toll-free, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Bitter old fairy getting chubby and hairy, and I think all of his brain cells are gone. He's just a bitter old fairy getting angry and scary. What the hell has happened to Elton John? I guess it started last month back in Taipei when he screamed at photographers who got in his way. He had a hissy fit and called them pigs while he swung around the suitcase that was full of his wigs. It was bizarre, his glasses fell from his head. Sir Elton started screaming and his face got all red. Well, look at him now, look at him now. He had a cow. He's just a bitter old fairy getting chubby and hairy, and I think all of his brain cells are gone. He's just a bitter old fairy getting angry and scary. What the hell has happened to Elton John? And now you never guess who he's mad at next. He's attacking Madonna like a bitter ex. She was nominated for an award, and when Sir Elton heard about it, well, he dimly lost his gourd, because he says all she does is lip sync through her shows, and this aggravates him from his head to his toes, cause he's such a mess. Busted, I guess. Maybe it's too much stress. He's just a bitter old fairy getting chubby and hairy. Maybe he needs a day at the salon. He's just a bitter old fairy getting angry and scary. What the hell has happened to Elton John? I said, hey, Elton John has lost his brain today. I said, hey, Elton, you should mellow. I said, hey, remember when you were a happy gay? I said, hey, you used to be a jolly fellow, but now you're just a bitter old fairy getting chubby and hairy, and I think all of your brain cells are gone. You're just a bitter old fairy getting angry and scary. What the hell has happened to Elton John?
12:31:29 till. I love the way that one ends. I should let a little pause there. Jackson prosecutors want jurors to hear about 7 other boys. Prosecutors in the child molestation case against Michael Jackson. See, we put him on there, but I don't think too many people are going to say he's their favorite. In fact, if they do say their favorite, we're going to be tracing where the vote came from. The prosecutors want jurors to hear testimony about 7 other boys who allegedly have been linked to him sexually in press reports or public or private accusations ABC News has been learning. Jackson is facing trial for allegedly molesting a now 14-year-old boy. We know that. Let's hear something new in here, okay? Yada, yada, yada. Jackson's never been formally charged in any of the alleged past offenses, but prosecutors argue that the testimony shows a pattern of behavior should be admitted under a 1995 California law that allows relevant previous acts to be considered in sex crimes, even if a defendant has never been prosecuted for the alleged actions. Jackson's defense team insists all the allegations, past and present, are false, and that the testimony should not be allowed because it unfairly inflames the jury, the jury, and violates the pop star's right to a fair trial. His defense team has suggested the alleged victim's family is trying to get a monetary supplement. Some experts believe the prosecution needs the past allegations to help its case. The prosecution is taking this weak current case and trying to bolster it with prior bad acts, said ABC News legal consultant Dana Cole. Perhaps the most important of the 7 witnesses is his accuser from the 1993 scandal that they paid off for that $20 million. $20 million. Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this. I mean, this is a horrible thought. Not you specifically. I don't want to put you on the spot. But, if somebody molested one of your children, and somebody offered $20 million to cover it up, what would you say?
No, thank you.
Okay. George says
being
no.
a polite person,
George being very polite, no thank you, and then he would blow their brains out. But I'm just wondering about these, like that one woman who said, I'd be proud to have my child molested by Michael Jackson.
Well, some people are, different.
I guess for $20 million, she'd probably take it. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. Our poll question today is, I probably should read this. Other than Neil, who is your all-time favorite gay celebrity? Gay, bi, or suspected. Okay? I don't want to read all that. That should have been the way. It was poorly worded. My bad. WQAM, hello.
Oh, Neil, where do I start?
At the end. Probably at the end, okay? At the ass end. WQAM, hello.
Rob Halford from Judas Priest, is he on there?
Rob Halford?
Yep.
Okay.
How about, who put the man in Mandich?
Wouldn't you like to know, sweetheart? Wow. Who put the man in Mandich?
Howard Pagoka.
Don't be talking about a tight end like that, okay? 5670560. In fact, that'd be a good poll question one day. Who was the tightest Dolphin tight end? Huh?
Well, we got people that would know in the building.
I'm sure we do. In fact, they still take showers together. That's that whole sports thing. You know, they like slapping each other on the ass with a towel, hanging it out. WQAM, hello. QAM.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay, Pally.
Good. I got something for your poll.
Uh-huh.
It's a group of guys. Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
What's the guy?
Well, it's a TV show. Queer Eye.
Now, I know it's a TV show, but I mean, like, what do we do? Put the whole cast?
Sure, there's only 4 guys.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, maybe he likes them. I don't know. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Neil, I
Yes,
asked
sir.
my grandfather if he thought that Abraham Lincoln was gay, and he replied, "How do you think he got the nickname the Log Splitter?"
Oh. Yeah, didn't he grow up in a log cabin?
Yes, he did.
Honest Abe?
Honest?
Honest Injun. Oh, by the way, Honest Injun, what a shame Defoe didn't get that job. Not. The more I think about that, that's about the only thing I'm relieved about. Well, 2 things, of course, the fact that Hank is still around and Mad Dog, very important, but I mean, just the way this whole madness has played out. I thought for sure they would stick the cornball one in there. I mean, that would have been such a disaster. I mean, there's just no, nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
WQAM, hello. That was him. That was Defoe. I could recognize the smack in the lips. It was either him or Mr. Ego. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil, I've got a couple for your poll.
Uh-huh. Boy, there seems to be no end to this, yeah? Oh, I got one. Richard Chamberlain.
Oh, yeah, him too. I've got James Dean, Sal Midio, and Jim Neighbors.
They're all on there. Nice going, Pally. Oh, he said he had a couple and turned out to be 3, and they're still all on there. But somehow he inspired me with Richard Chamberlain. How could we forget?
Hasn't done anything in a while.
Oh, I'm not sure of that. Oh, you mean like professional?
Right. Well,
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Is Bill Kamal on there?
No, because it's part of the peanuts that he's paying for his misdeeds. He can't be on no polls.
Oh, man. He was the best.
Was he really? You liked him, huh?
Yeah, he's good. Good guy.
No, you're too old for him. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. He was a good guy? I don't know about that. I didn't know him. I did know some people who did know him, and they didn't think he was a good guy. They thought he was like kind of neurotic. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I was calling for the poll.
You're on it right now, man. What do you got?
J. Edgar Hoover.
J. Edgar Hoover is an excellent choice. Thank you very much. Okay, J. Edgar Hoover, who was buried and married right next to his lover, Clyde Tolson. Wow. I still am jealous, though, of the fact they used to fix the races at certain thoroughbred tracks every time J. Edgar Hoover would show up. Who wouldn't like to have a deal like that? You bet all you want, and then if you lose, you just turn over your tickets and they give you your money back. That was great. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. God?
Yes, sir, speaking.
Did anybody speak about the movie last night on HBO about 9/11?
No.
It was called The Hamburg Cell, and they showed it was a docudrama, and they showed you how crazy and fanatic these people really are. And they actually made it was amazing. They showed you up until 9/11. They showed the planes crashing in the buildings. I'm surprised nobody's spoken about it, but it's scary. It's scary, and it's bad.
It's a scary world, man. A lot of crazy people out there.
I know.
A lot of evildoers.
Eventually, everybody will be civilized, but before that, boom. Thank you. Bye.
Eventually, they'll be civilized. We just got to, like, shock them into it, right?
Right. I saw most of that. It was pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
About the Hamburg Cell. I've been in Hamburg, and believe me, you don't want to go there. It's, I don't know.
Just it was like a background of each of the hijackers, where they came from, what their family life was all about.
Did they mention the fact that we knew who they were, but they were just living the life of Riley and having a good time here? We didn't do nothing about it?
Sure. No, it was very in-depth, as a matter of fact.
Right. See, it's old news, man. Most of the public doesn't care about that anymore. They're too busy with other crap now. They just,
and if you're wondering, very, very critical of, the powers that be.
Oh, I can't imagine how that could be.
Yeah.
Bill, long-time listener, says, as long as you have Hank in the morning and Mad Dog in late afternoon, early evening, we'd love to listen, but we're in Martin County and the station turns down the power. The power's back up. Well, the good part about that is, Bill, that it depends on the time of the year. And now that the days are getting longer every day, once we just hang on till the springtime, just hang on tight. The power's back up by about 7:20 a.m. and goes back down approximately 5:30 p.m. It's kind of like called sunrise to sunset. That's what determines the pattern that we have to be on our transmitter. Mm-hmm. It says help. Well, I can't help you. It says all you can do is just wait for the days to get longer. And, 7 to 7 isn't really all that bad. Because most of the year, another couple of months, the morning it'll be like, what, 6-something? And then, of course, once we get to April and daylight savings time, then we got that problem licked. We got it licked right there in the sunshine.
We should just be thankful we don't live in the north, or the broadcast day would be like 6 hours in the winter.
Right, exactly. Man, oh man. Or like in some of those northern countries, like in Scandinavia, where in the summertime it's light till 11:30 at night or midnight, and then in the wintertime it's like gets dark at 4 in the afternoon, it's pitch black. 20 till 1 at 560 WQM. Don't forget, Howard David at 2. Mark it down now. Mo Howard David, the voice of the Dolphins, at least recently, and Mad Dog Jim Mandich recently re-signed, we do believe, we hope, we pray, 4 to 7.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Here's another one for you.
Yay.
My name is Barry. Sing like a fairy.
Yes.
I write bad songs about romance while I'm wearing spandex pants. I'm kind of shrimpy. My songs are wimpy. I had a series of big hits. That was back in '76. Now no one wants to hear. They only laugh and sneer. They won't admit that they own my albums, 'cause my songs are queer. Got a nose shape like a banana. My two fans both live in Montana. Got a nose shape like a banana. Up my nose you could fit half of the city of Atlanta. I write the song. I've got a honker the size of Yonkers. When I get a stuffed up nose, I be Tristan in a hose. But now I'm on the case. My life is back in place. And so I'm singing again and sticking my schnoz in your face. Got a nose shape like a banana. My two fans both live in Montana. Got a nose shape like a banana. Up my nose you could fit half of the city of Atlanta.
Absolutely.
I write the songs. Like a banana. Like a banana. Like a banana.
You turd. Jerry Manilow, you got her on there?
We do now.
Okay. Here's a shocking story just in from the Sun Sentinel. Some good news. About time we had some good news. Tallahassee judge dismisses lawsuit challenging South Florida slots petition drive.
All right.
A judge tossed out today a lawsuit filed by gambling opponents alleging massive fraud in the petition drive that put a South Florida slot machine proposal on the November ballot, ultimately in the state constitution. Circuit Judge Nikki Ann Clark sided with the sponsors of the petition drive and dismissed the lawsuit, which had been scheduled for trial later this month. Clark wrote that courts can overturn the results of an election only when there's evidence of fraud in the election itself, not in the events leading up to the election like petition drives. Floridians Against Expanded Gambling, the Humane Society of the U.S., and Grey 2K USA, a greyhound advocacy group opposed to dog tracks, had alleged that thousands of signatures submitted by the Slots campaign were forged, including signatures from at least 3 dozen dead people. Well, 3 dozen, that ain't nothing, right? I mean, generally, any South Florida election, it's usually thousands. How many thousands?
About 30, man.
At least 30,000 dead people vote. The constitutional amendment lets voters in Broward and Dade decide in the future referendum in March if they want to allow slots at 5 racetracks, 2 highlight frontons, which will happen this year. The campaign manager for the slots drive, Earl Bender, called Clark's decision a victory for the voters whose will has been respected by the judge. An attorney for the opponents did not immediately return a phone call. Well, too bad. That's the way it goes. All you crybabies, man, all you liars, want to scare the hell out of the public.
Injun killer.
So you can grab up all the money for yourselves. That's what it's all about. And then, of course, the dog people, well, that's another whole story, right?
Right.
The fanatics. One thing to be an animal lover, it's another thing to be fanatical about it and want to use it as an excuse to, like, pee on everybody else's life. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Yes, I was trying to reach Neil.
You reached him. You succeeded, sir.
Oh, I did, huh?
Yes.
Neil, I'm Eddie from Palm Beach, Florida, south of Tampa.
Yeah.
And I was a locker room assistant in the days of the glory days of the Dolphins, and I believe that I know...
Did you say glory days or glory holes? So you said
glory holes or days, regardless. And the Dolphins' tightest end that we ever had, his name was Marv Fleming.
Right, from Michigan State.
Absolutely. I think he takes the cake. Mad Dog, I don't know. But definitely Mr. Fleming.
Okay, thanks very
much. That's all I have to say. Take care.
Pass it along to our other tight ends, Joe Rose and Jim Mandich. Marv Fleming. Remember Marv Fleming, Josh? Before your time. Do you?
Yeah.
In fact, I think, I'm not really sure, but I think it was the same era as Mad Dog, Marv Fleming. Didn't they alternate as tight ends? I have to find out what years he played. How the hell would you remember that?
I mean, I remember who he is. I don't
remember the name, yeah. All those jocks. It's in your, it's in your lexicon. 5670560 in your Lexus. Pound 560 on the Verizon. Oh, and I shouldn't have said that, because when the week after George gets you the HD TV, he's getting you a new Lexus, too, just to show his appreciation.
Oh, I was going to get him a Lexicon.
Oh, that's a little cheaper than a Lexus.
That's straight.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Richard Simmons?
Richie Simmons,
Good
how could
God.
we forget? Oh, man.
Especially all you fatties.
Right.
Bye.
Thanks a lot, Pally. Right. We have been bad. Richie Simmons, I mean, so obvious. It's like right there in front of your face, you know what?
Hi, this is Richie Simmons. And since you haven't been sending me money for anything lately, I've developed a big load of new diet merchandise. Like my Sweating to the Oldies video? Then you'll love my new Sweating to the Oldies deodorant. When I work out, honey, I put out a stench that could strip the bark off a redwood. So don't offend while you bend. Get my deodorant stick. And you like my deal-a-meal? Then you'll love my new Richie Simmons Diet Poker game. You play deal-a-meal with your friends and win all their food. And I've got a new line of workout underpants.
How can we guarantee you'll lose weight? Because after listening to Richie Simmons for just 10 minutes, you won't be able to keep anything down.
Anything down.
Exactly. Oh, she is just a trip, man. Let me tell you the story for the 8500th time about how he nearly choked me to death at INZ that night. What an idiot.
He was choking your neck, right?
Yes, he was choking it. Came up behind me like I'm on the air, like getting going into the CBS News. He was going to be my guest in the next hour, and he puts his hands around my neck and squeezed his.
Hiya, Pally!
He just about busted my larynx, is what he did. And he's strictly an exploiter, man. I mean, he does all this, that old TV show. He'd sit there with the tears. They're all crying, all these desperate fat shut-ins, and they're all crying, and he's crying with them. In the meantime, he's laughing all his way to the bank, exploiting all these desperate fat folks taking their money. Deal-a-meal my ass. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Got someone for your list.
Okay.
Chuck Connors.
Chuck Connors is gay? Was?
Yes, he
Get
was.
out of here. He was a ball player, man. He was a Dodgers.
Yeah, he was the big Westernaire.
Well, where did you get that from?
I understood he did a gay porno.
So, something, I think you're right. I think this man's got his thumb on it. I've heard that. Well, it's a rumor, so put it on there, Chuck Connors. Rifleman,
okay.
Right?
Right.
I wonder if I bet you I got the theme from the Rifleman here
Probably
somewhere.
do.
I don't want to get in this themes thing today.
No, that ain't it.
That's the Rifleman. Bob Barker, the Rifleman.
The Price is Rifleman.
Johnny Olson. Oh, look at that.
What?
I guess that's the old Price is Right theme back in the original Price is Right with Bill Cullen.
Wow.
It's Johnny Olson. No, he's dead. It's Rod Roddy. No, he's dead. But Bob Barker still lives on with Barker's Beauties. And so what if he was screwing that one? Who gives a crap, right? More power to the old coot.
Right.
Right?
By the way, I want to thank Atlantic City Subs for this fine lunch we're having today.
Oh, Atlantic City Subs is catering our lunch today, and it's a damn good thing I'm not there, because then I'd be eating food that I really don't need to eat and don't want to be eating. Although I could have some of that macaroni and cheese and meatloaf. I can't believe you never saw that. Well, you don't do any shopping. Your wife does all the shopping in the supermarket?
Right, for the most part.
So you don't do any shopping. And, of course, Josh, being the punk that he is, he probably, eats fast food and junk and doesn't go into a supermarket.
I don't. I do go in the supermarket. I've never even heard of that.
So, in other words, you don't buy cold cuts?
Yeah,
I think that's a lot of baloney.
Yeah, but what is it now? It's it's got macaroni.
Okay, let me get it, okay? Just hang on a second. I got another bunch. Okay.
That's all I had ready.
Got another package. Better. Anyway, Schneider's, which is a Canadian brand, so you wouldn't have that there. But you would have Oscar Mayer or any of your other cold cuts brands. Meat, macaroni, and cheese loaf. I'm sorry, but this is not something revolutionary. It's not like I discovered Nestle's Turtle Ice Cream or Boca Burgers or those little pizza. What were those little pizza, those round things? What do they call that? I mean, the bagel bites. Remember that?
Oh, those are great.
Those are good, and they're still around. No, I mean, this is like pedestrian. You see this in your cold cut meat case in any supermarket. Is it something new and exciting that nobody ever heard of? Meat, macaroni, and cheese loaf? I don't think so. It looks like bologna, only it's got little chunks of cheddar cheese in it and little round macaronis in the meat. You never heard of it?
No, I'll have to give it a shot.
You might not like it. I don't know. I mean, it's different. It's better than eating plain bologna, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Who the hell wants plain, tasteless bologna?
Yeah.
Right? Bad. I mean, unless, of course, it's Hebrew National. I mean, plain tasteless bologna is for Goyim. Oh, I'm sorry, there goes that guy getting all upset.
Anti-Gentile.
Oh! That Goy, yeah. I'm the anti-Gentile crusader. In fact, that's one of my favorite songs, Gentile on My Mind. Glenn Campbell, how's he doing? He's doing okay. He's holding his own down. So Chuck Connors is rumored to be good, huh? What? Man, oh man, he was the first baseman, I believe, for the L.A. Dodgers, briefly.
Okay.
Chuck Connors.
I'll take your word for it.
And, of course, he was in there taking showers naked with the guys. That's not good, man. They get real nervous about that. How about Dave Kopay? First NFL player ever to come out of the closet, of course, after his career was over. Dave Kopay, K-O-P-A-Y. Remember him?
No.
Played in San Francisco, which I guess figures, right? Who else? How about Dave Pallone? Not the harness driver, my good friend Dave Pallone at the Meadows, but Dave Pallone, the umpire. Remember that, Josh?
No.
Major League Baseball umpire Dave Pallone?
Sorry.
Man, oh man, you guys. And what about Dave Cowens? Did I dream that, or didn't he come out of the closet, Dave Cowens?
I don't know. You might have dreamed it.
Former Celtics great, basketball coach. Maybe I just dreamed it, or maybe we're just making it all up.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Hi, all my favorite Republicans. This is Matt Drudge, and it's time for the... Excuse me, I'm floating. It's time once again for the Neil Rogers...
1 to 2.
Hour.
I gave the command to kill thousands of innocent people. I said fill her up.
I helped raise money to buy explosives for a suicide bomber, but it was just so I could drive to my in-laws for Thanksgiving.
I helped ship rocket launchers to Islamic fundamentalists in the Philippines, but it was only good fun. I was just cruising to the beach.
I helped provide cash to train terrorist guerrillas, but all I was doing was topping off my tank before my ski trip.
If you think your addiction to using gasoline in your car isn't causing any harm, think again. Because the money you spend to fill your tank eventually goes to fill the pockets of terrorists.
I gave the command to kill thousands of innocent people, and all I had to say was fill her up.
Some other public service announcements want to blame terrorism on drug addicts, but we want to let people know that it's gasoline that fuels terror. So whether you're sticking a straw in your nose or a nozzle in your tank, you're part of the problem.
I was just out for a Sunday drive. It's not like I was hurting anyone.
This message provided by the Council on Displacing the Blame. It's their fault.
Absolutely. It's 1 o'clock at 560 WQAM. We got Mo Howard David, the former voice of the Dolphins, 2 to 4 this afternoon, and Jim Mandich, the former color analyst. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because they got 2 years left. If they got any brains, they'd keep them on there. But then again, I don't think they do have any brains. They got a lot of money over there. What?
Hotline's ready.
Oh, somebody's on the bat line? WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Bat line, yes.
Can you send me out to George Rodriguez answering machine?
Who's this?
Who's this?
I asked first.
Is George around?
Yeah, George is there. Who is this?
I'm not on the air, right?
Yeah, you're on the air.
No, then I can't talk.
Well, why not?
Neil, because I'm working on a story about you. That's why.
Yeah. Do you want me to put you on hold?
Yes, can you?
Well, how the hell are we going to do that? How can you talk to this guy off the air?
You're
working on a story about what?
Why would you? Who knows this number?
This is the old number I had for you guys.
This must be Kevin Bastard.
No.
No?
No.
Newspaper guy?
Yes. Palm Beach Post.
Oh, Palm Beach Post. Well, hang on then.
All right.
How are you going to do that without being on the air?
Biz.
Huh? Okay, Palm Beach Post is writing the story. Well, that's good. At least give them some accurate information, okay? Tell them I'm making $25 million a year or something like that. Make up some numbers. Oh, Howard Dean. Our man, Howard Dean, is going to be, let's see, here's the thing, democracyforamerica.com. It says, please join Bud Russell, David Sauceville, and Jim McDonald. Oh, I wonder if that's Jim McDonald, Jimmy Mack from Pompano Park, the driver. I doubt it. For a reception with Governor Howard Dean, benefiting Democracy for America. This is on Monday, January 24th, Sunset Harbor South, 1800 Sunset Harbor Drive, on the 7th floor reception room at Miami Beach. Host $100, $50 per couple, $25 per person, $5,000 maximum federal contribution per person, whatever they're donating to. Anyway, I'll keep that around. I'll mention it a couple of times. Let's see, RSVP by calling 305-604-1906. I guess if you want more information about this, if you want to attend and support Democracy for America and Howard Dean and people who are not fascists, 305-604-1906. I'll put that in my pile and mention that because today's only the 11th. Did you talk to, who was that?
Josh did.
And what did he say?
He's writing a story about you.
Well, what does that mean? About what?
About your salary and your new deal. And
about my salary? We don't talk about my salary, okay? It's more than he's making.
So who was it?
It was a guy from the Palm Beach Post named Jose Lambeed.
Oh, it's our good old friend Jose Lambeed. He's at the Palm Beach Post now? I thought he was working for one of the tabloids.
No, he's
the Star.
Maybe he moves around.
Josie Lambeed. I wonder if he knows Josie Wales and the Outlaws. So anyway, here's the thing. Not Sean Connery. Where is it? Chuck Connors. It says sometimes. This is a website, furonfilm.org. Oh God! I wonder if Ron Jeremy's on here. Do you believe this?
Really, fur?
Furonfilm.org. In other words, the hairy guys. Oh man! But anyway, in the TV series Branded, you see Chuck Connors captured by bandits, stripped of his shirt and boots, and strung up to a tree in the desert. I also keep hearing rumors of an 8mm gay porno film in the late 40s or early 50s. As a reader writes, yes, Chuck Connors indeed appears in a gay 8mm film in which there's no mistaking that it's the Rifleman actor. I saw the film about 8 years ago, and it was included on a video I rented about the X-rated films of celebrities past. In the film, Connors is doing another man outdoors. It's very obvious that Chuck is enjoying himself. Well, how do you like that? The Rifleman, man.
No, it's not obvious.
Pistola Grande. What?
He was an actor. He could have just been.
No, he was just acting. Yeah, just like Peter North was in that gay video.
Right. He's a professional.
Right. At any rate, well, some people just like spreading it around. 5670560 pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. Here's the. Now I'm sure that the QM van is gone, right? We never heard.
It's gone.
It's gone. Oh, they give any away?
Any what?
Tickets.
I don't know.
Oh, we don't. I don't. See, I keep following through on that. We're not supposed to worry about stuff like that. Just read the liners and forget about it. We don't care. The people who go out there don't care. They're just collecting a paycheck, killing some time. That's it.
That's it.
Here's the deal. Other than Neil, your favorite gay celebrity, bi, gay, suspected, rumored, whatever. Elton John, 88. Paul Lynde, 58. Kevin Spacey, 41. Tommy Cruise. Look what Tommy's got.
About 30, man.
Leonardo da Vinci, 23. Ellen DeGeneres, 23. Marlon Brando, 20. Cary Grant, 20. Ian McKellen, 18. Gore Vidal, 18. Freddie and the Mercury, 17. Charles Nelson Riley, 17. Nathan Lane, 16. What about Nathan Hale? What about Hale and Hardy? Anna Cornajolia, 13. Raymond Burr, 12. Abe Lincoln's got 8. Abe Lincoln got 8. Jeff Gordon, 8. James J. Bullock, 8. Now, who would like James J. Bullock? What kind of a moron? What is that?
Like him, I guess.
Oh, Rock Hudson, 7. Liberace, 6. Graham Chapman, 6. Errol Flynn, 6. Ricky Martin, 6. William, see, I can't stop saying that. Well, do you know anybody else named Willem?
No one.
No.
Maybe that was the idea.
Will Dafoe, 5. Jim Nabors, 5. George Michael, 5. Danny Kaye, 5. Norma Kent, 5. Rosie O'Donnell, 4. Oh, yeah, same person. Olivia Newton-John, 4. Oscar Wilde, 4. Dom DeLuise, 4. Montgomery Clift, 4. Anthony Perkins, 4. Madonna, 3. David Bowie, 3. Bill Tanner, 3. Leo DiCaprio, 3. James Dean's got 3. Sal Mineo, 3. Portia, who's that? Portia de Rossi?
Portia de Rossi.
De Rossi, 2. Dyke?
Yes.
Truman Capote's got a pair. Craig Stevens got a pair. Alexander the Gay's got 2. Roy Horn's got a pair. Let's hear it for
Roy.
Eric Estrada's got 2. Richard Simmons ought to, but he's only got 1. Gay Edgar Hoover, 1. Luis Miguel's got 1. Michael Jackson, 1. Clay Aiken's got 1. I know that Prince Charles loves him. Martina Navratilova won. Sandra Bernhardt won. Mick Jagger won. Laurence Olivier won. Luther Vandross won. Troy Aikman's got one. And Brian Norcross has one. Alice Rantel and Siegfried Fischbacher won. No votes yet. None. The big O for Dave Copay. Marv Fleming. Well, wait a minute. Marv Fleming. We didn't say Marv Fleming was gay.
You said to put it on there.
No, I did not. He just said he had the tightest end, okay? That doesn't mean he was gay.
Well, he's on there, you know.
Marv Fleming, Michigan State man. There was no fags at Michigan State.
Well,
other than me. Barry Manilow, Richard Chamberlain, Mark Anthony, Enrique Iglesias, Mike Piazza, Merv Griffin, Dick Sargent, Bill Tilden, Randolph Scott, Brian Andrews, Christopher Lowell, Jeff Garcia, Wally Cox, Luke Christie, and Tab Hunter all have the big... Oh! I can't believe Tab Hunter doesn't have any. Oh, man. Some of you fags out there, well, you better start digging up some of those old movies he was in. Always running around shirtless, speaking of that. No hair. Man, he sure was pretty. But, boy, he was a pretty bad actor and even worse singer. Young Love. Wow, he was horrible. I'm surprised Sonny James didn't get him beat up. WQAM, hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir, speaking.
Hey, Mariton Sombra.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, for Neil.
Speaking.
Neil, what about McLean Stevenson?
Is gay? Get out of here. Where'd you get that?
Come on.
Come on what?
I think he definitely was gay.
I think you're definitely full of crap. How do you like that? McLean Stevenson was not gay. No. Where would that come from? I mean, when I say rumored or suspected, that doesn't mean just by you, okay? They're like wishful thinking. Just because he was sleeping with all them other guys, you know, in that big tent. Now, which show was that? I mean, and then again, talk about a guy with more failed shows, boy.
MASH.
Remember? MASH? Oh, he was on MASH? Oh.
Right.
Now, who else was on MASH? Jamie Farr, or was he on Hogan's Heroes?
Alan Alda.
Yeah. Jamie Farr?
Sure. Gary Berghoff. Harry Morgan.
Gary what? I beg your pardon? Yeah, he was also on. Now, Gary Berghoff, what about him? He seemed very fey to me.
I think he was.
Didn't he seem awfully fey?
I think he was. It's not just a rumor.
He was on Match Game.
Yes, he was. I saw him recently, as a matter of fact, watching Match Game. And you know what? He had a really gay perm and was wearing really gay clothes.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to pick somebody from that show, it would certainly not be McLean Stevenson. It would be Gary Berghoff. Even that sounds like something, I don't know. Sub Rosa. Ever see Gary Berghoff?
Not lately.
Ever get... No. Anyway. Ever get Gary Berghoff? 567-0560, pound 560. Where did this come from? Thank God this wasn't my idea, being a professional faggot that I am. This was some listener's idea. See, God is punishing me again for this poll. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. Devin. He says, an idea for another poll. Who gets the most action? Actors, rock stars. What a silly question, Devin. Who gets the most action? The ones who talk about it the least, probably. They're the ones getting the most. The ones who talk about it the most, they're the ones who couldn't get laid in Amsterdam in the middle of the red light district with a fistful of euros. Angelina Jolie, it says, self-admitted, is bi. Okay? Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, that should make a lot of people happy. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
John Travolta.
Yeah, I mentioned before we should have put him on there. Yeah, another Scientologist.
That's true.
I think he's,
love you, Neil.
Okay, thanks. I think he's lighter than a fruit fly. And I'll tell you who else belongs on there that you won't believe.
Well, he does fly, you know.
Even though they married him off and he's got kids and everything, is Henry Winkler. I heard lots of rumors about Henry Winkler. Okay? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay?
Lur, lur.
And since we're putting those kind of people on there, what about David Cassidy?
All right.
Huh?
It's your,
those weren't just rumors. That was like in German Magazine did an interview, which he didn't think it was going to make it back to the States, talking about certain things years ago. And then Shirley Jones kept marrying him off and never worked out, you know. What? Well, some parents can't accept it, okay?
Right.
Some parents get all bent out of shape. Oh, my son is gay. Yeah, and it's an ego thing, you know. Well, I tell you, I blame Josh for my eating this macaroni loaf now.
It is his fault.
Yeah, because I had to go and get it to explain it to you. This isn't rocket science. It's not something that's like delicious. It's not like a gourmet treat, okay? It's just like lunch meat, that's all, but it's got some taste to it, a little bit of taste. A little bit of a novelty.
I'll give it a shot.
I mean, if you want to be bland and boring the rest of your life, keep eating like salami or bologna, and that's it. What do you buy when you buy cold cuts?
Turkey.
Salami?
Turkey.
Well, turkey's okay. Like smoked turkey with some taste to it. And then, of course, you can call Ron Popeil and get one of those phony things that he makes with that those plastic things where you can dry your own turkey jerky.
Oh, the dehydrator.
The dehydrator, dude. You can make your own turkey jerky and beef jerky and turkey jerky and lurkey jerky and salami jerky and whatever.
Ever jerk turkey?
Right. No, thanks. 12 minutes after 1. I could say something about gobble, but then Joyce would get upset. Hey, ring in the new year with a new car or truck from the folks at Armstrong Ford of Homestead. You've been putting off buying anything, but don't wait another moment, because for a limited time, you can get you 0% financing on any of the following at Armstrong Ford. Any of the following new 05s in stock ready for immediate delivery: Escapes, Freestars, Tauruses, F Super Duty Harley-Davidson trucks, and the all-new Ford 500. If you want more, how about the 1.9% financing on all new 05 Expeditions, Explorers, F-150s, and Rangers? Certain restrictions apply. The lots at Armstrong Ford of Homestead are jam-packed, and they're cutting prices as I speak. And they always offer you more value to their loyal customers, because when you buy a Ford from Armstrong Ford, you'll get their exclusive Tires and Batteries for Life program. That is correct, tires and batteries for life. Plus, for a limited time, a free Florida Sun Pass, too. David Rich and the staff at Armstrong Ford will guarantee you the best price, and don't forget, because they're locally owned and operated, the folks at Armstrong Ford of Homestead will treat you like family. They will try their best to make you a customer for life. You won't get a better deal on a Ford anywhere in town. No bait and switch, no phony deals, no games, just the best deals anywhere in the history of mankind. Armstrong Ford of Homestead, they're at 30725 South Dixie Highway, just 20 minutes south of the 836. Check them on the web at armstrongcars.com, then drive a little and save yourself thousands and thousands of dollars from Armstrong Ford of Homestead.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560.
Lick it and stick it.
Are you still paying full price for a seat on an airplane you are planning to skyjack? All because you want to leave at a specific time? Well, now, with Terrorist Priceline, you can actually pick your flight times and airline from a list of low prices.
But what if I want to save even more money?
Well, when you go online at Terrorist Priceline, you can still name your own price for exclusive airfare savings. The choice is yours.
But I don't really like to fly.
No problem again, Abula. With Terrorist Priceline, you can name your own price for railroad fares all over the world. Planning on going to Madrid?
Well, maybe, sort of.
Terrorist Priceline has the lowest fares, and if you are blowing up a hotel in Mecca, you can book that room and save up to 45% on standard room rates. Why pay full price when you can name your own price with Terrorist Priceline?
117 at 560 WQM. Anyway, here's a fax that says, Neil, explain this one. You can't have fart sounds on adult radio. However, it's either Nickelodeon or some other kids' network that teaches the kids how to fart. They describe silent but deadly, pull my finger, and others. Then at the end they say, let it rip, kids. Who doesn't have kids' TV in their home? The FCC is telling adults not to fart while they're teaching the kids to let the pressure out. It's healthy. Am I losing my mind, or are we on the first grade again? Both. Now, another fax that says, Mike Farrell played B.J. Honeycutt on MASH. What makes you say that Mike Farrell was gay? You ever hear that?
I've never heard
who
that.
Mike Farrell is. Pretty good actor.
I never heard that.
I didn't either.
I think he's got a family, but not that means anything. But
it says, also quit hanging up on me. I'm not Reverend Jones, Jim in Pembroke Pines. Well, I'll tell you what, Jim in Pembroke Pines, if you sound like Reverend Jones, you're going to get the old, what for? You're going to get that from us. Supreme Court sidesteps gay adoption case, since we're talking about today. The Supreme Court rejected an appeal yesterday by 4 men who challenged Florida's ban on adoption by gay couples, avoiding another contentious fight over gay rights and getting Rosie O'Donnell all pissed off again. Bullet and Rosie O'Donnell's pissed off. Oh, man, there are certain people that you can't even begin to imagine, like being like in their company. You know, I'm talking about not out in public, but like on the inside, like in a house.
Like having dinner?
No, like in private, in a house, being in their company, because they're so surly. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Absolutely.
People like that. Florida is the only state with a blanket law prohibiting homosexuals from adopting children, but the High Court was told that other states could now feel free to copy the ban. Opponents argued that the 1977 law passed at the height of Anita Bryant's anti-homosexual crusade was irrational because it excluded potential parents for thousands of abandoned children. Supporters contend the state has the power to promote traditional father-mother families. The High Court's refusal to hear the case, made without comment, avoids a second showdown over gay rights there in 2 years. Justices in a historic civil rights ruling barred states in 2003 from criminalizing gay sex. The court said then that states cannot demean their existence or control their destiny by making their private sexual conduct a crime. The latest case involves gay foster parents in Florida who want to adopt children in their care. The ACLU and Gay Rights Project, representing the parents, argue that the state unconstitutionally singles out gays based on discrimination. Florida Governor Jeb Bush, that fat-ass Jeb Bush, praised the High Court's decision yesterday. It's the law of the state, I think the appropriate law, he said. Bigoted, right-wing, born-again, holier-than-thou, all of a sudden found Catholic religion because his wife had rubbed off on him, etc., and so on. That's the same wife, Columba, that smuggles crap in because she don't want to pay the duty. She don't want to do her duty. And, of course, that's the same governor that's got the sister that's in rehab. But nevertheless, Sister or daughter?
Daughter.
Daughter, I'm sorry. I say sister? Same difference. In the South, it's the same distance. Daughter is your sister and your mother.
It's all kin and it's all
in the family. That's right. You got it. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a pair for you.
Yeah.
What about that, remember the anchor lady in Channel 10, Ann something or the other?
Ann Bishop. She's dead, but that don't count. That's okay, yeah.
And the other one is Mr. Walter Mercado.
Walter Mercado?
Yeah. Maybe ask George. He may know.
Who's that?
No idea.
Very, very lofty.
Lofty what?
Well, he's
Who the hell is it?
He's on a Spanish TV station.
And he's gay? He's on a Spanish TV station?
I'm sorry?
I said, have a great day.
All right.
I don't know who that is.
He's not on this soap opera. I have no idea who he is.
Spanish homosexuals? I don't think so.
Never heard of such a thing.
Ah, geez. Larry Franklin, how about a poll for the strangest place we ever made love? My strangest place was when I was 16 years old. It was in my childhood treehouse. Well, that's great, Larry. I'm happy for you, but boy, been done 80 billion times. We want something new and original, like what's your favorite TV theme song? Or then again.
What's my eye?
Have I ever mentioned, like, about 4,000 times how much I despise Bob Eubanks?
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Who always looks like he's got a broken neck or something. There's a way that he holds his head. You know what I'm talking about?
Cocked to the side.
I don't know what it is, but they're just... Plus the fact that he's a moron.
I think it's too big. His head is too big for his body.
He's got too big of a head?
So it just hangs
I like Jim... what's his name? Jim Lang that was on the Dating Game. He was all right.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact, when you watch that movie about Chuck Barris, about the CIA... What the hell's the name of that movie? It's good. You'd like that.
I'll watch it.
It's cute. And then, of course, they interview people like Jim Lang and some of the other game show people about Chuck Barris. In other words, it's interspersed with some, like, real-life stuff in there. It's pretty good. Does anybody really believe that Chuck Barris was a CIA agent and was killing people all over the world? Does anybody believe that?
No.
No, but he sure is a good BSer. Now, that show, The Gong Show, what about J.P. Morgan? I mean, we could put her on there, but nobody knows who that is. That show used to specialize in fags, right? Rip Taylor, we could put him on there with that big silly mustache. Remember Rip Taylor?
Of course.
Who else was on that panel?
Jamie Farr. You mentioned him earlier.
Jamie Farr? I'm not too sure about it. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got two nominations.
Okay.
First one is basketball star Christian Laettner.
Christian Laettner, who's out, right.
Oh, okay. Well, the other one, the biggest closet case in Miami, and forget the stories about I go to strip joints and all that, Hank Goldberg.
Really?
Oh, big time. It's known out there. It is known out there.
Yeah, right. Right. I don't think so. Maybe it's rumored in your house there, but I think that's about it. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. Is that you?
That's me.
Okay, sounds
is
like
this you?
This is me.
Okay.
I got a couple of more names for your poll. I don't know.
Wow, I never dreamed we have this many. It's just amazing, astonishing to me, breathtaking.
Is it? Okay, how about Rosie O'Donnell?
She's on there.
Is she? How about Ann Hayes?
Who?
Ann Hayes.
Oh, Ann Hayes. Right in the middle after I ate those 3 slices of meat, I think it's coming back up. Okay, good one.
How about Rip Taylor, the guy who used to throw the
I just got through saying that only seconds ago.
Okay.
How about Ted Taylor?
Troy Donahue.
Troy Donahue? I don't know about him. He's dead.
Right. Well, he was a little bit on the shaky side.
He was a little on the face side. He was in Godfather 3. Remember that?
I only saw Godfather 2.
Godfather 3. He played Connie's boyfriend in Godfather. Or wait a minute. Whose boyfriend did he play? Wasn't it Connie's?
I don't know. I never saw it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Another question I had for you. I was the guy that called up to ask if he saw Desperate Housewives with LaLovely and Miguel.
No, I haven't seen it. I know he's in it, and I know it's a big hit. Why do I want to see that?
Why not? He's like old bare-chested and running around sweaty naked.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm happy for him. Have a great day and butch up a little, okay? Who cares? I got to be honest with you. People that, I don't know. I'm beyond that. They're just, if there's somebody really spectacular looking on there, it's, you know what it reminds me of? It's like Tom Welling and the Smallville. Is that still on even?
Yeah, it's on.
I haven't watched that in the Coon's age. It's just, so he's there, looks good, and all this other. And what's her name? She looks good too, Lana.
Kristen.
Right.
Crook. And they got some new chick on there, but I haven't watched it.
If that's the only reason you're going to watch a show, I don't know. It's an indication to me you're really trying to say.
I have no line.
Yeah. I mean, in HD, if they put Desperate Housewives in HD, then I might start watching it. Where it looks like you can reach right in there, like, tap him on the shoulder, give him a little squeeze. Put your arms around his neck like Richard Simmons. 26 after 1 at 560 WQAM. When you shop for quality shoes, there are a lot of places you can go. In fact, there are shoe stores popping up all over the place. And then like 6 months later, they're gone because people are onto them. When they sell you off-brands, when they overcharge you, when they have no idea, when they just want you to walk in and wander around and have no idea how to take care of you, that's not a real shoe store. Brandy's has been around for years because they give you an unbeatable combination. Personal, professional, friendly service to make sure you get a perfect fit every time. All the top name brands in the business and unbeatable prices all the while. Like Rockports, Florsheim, SAS, Sperry, Timberland, Naturalizer, all the other top names in the shoe business. So if you want to take good care of your feet, this is the place to shop like people have been doing for years. Brandy's is open every day, 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 9 till 9, and every Sunday 10 to 5. And you'll find Brandy's in that same great location where they've been doing it right for so long, 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. And this week is a great time to buy naturalizers at Brandy's. You can take $10 extra off on all great women's styles this week. So be sure to come into the store this week or visit them on the web and do your shopping there at brandyshoes.com.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Daddy, TJ's father has a surprise that will blow her away.
Oh, TJ, I love you. And I need your kidney.
What?
You're the only compatible donor.
And then...
Well, we've got another surprise for you. Your dad stayed in touch with your mom. I want you to meet your birth mom.
PJ, I love you, and I... What are you trying to say? I also need a kidney.
I need it more than you.
No, I need it more than you. This is ridiculous.
I need a new liver.
I need a bone marrow transplant. Are you guys crazy?
Coming up on Who's Your Daddy?
All right.
So who's the short guy that blew his brains out that followed Richard Dawson? What's his name?
Combs.
Ray Combs.
Yeah.
Ray Combs and somebody shoots. Ray Combs and Ray shoots. Sounds like a hockey game. And Ray's dead. Maybe he shot himself because he was short. He actually, I read a little bit about him. He envisioned himself, he was going to be like the next David Letterman, the next Johnny Carson. He thought he was going to be bigger than TV itself.
I mean, he was fine. That was a fine.
No, he did a good job. And he had big shoes to follow because even though personally we despise Richard Dawson, he did do, back in the days when he could speak, when he was fairly coherent before he weighed 300 pounds, although, too much of the schmoozing and the kissing and that whole deal. But he was perfect for that show.
Right.
So Ray Combs came along, did a good job following him, but and then he blew his brains out.
He had kids.
Yeah. I'm not saying that he was gay.
No, I didn't read that at all. I'm just saying he was, a bastard for blowing his brains out when he had kids to take care of.
Well, maybe the kids didn't like him. You ever think about that?
Well, then maybe he was a bastard, and that's why the kids didn't like him.
Randy Moss is almost sure to be fined for pretending to moon fans in Green Bay during... Oh, they were interviewing Tony Dungy. Did you see that, Josh, yesterday?
No.
And he explained the reason, the rationale for
all
this.
Oh, wait, yeah, the black thing.
About in Green Bay, every time the Vikings play there and they lose, as the team bus leaves the parking lot after the game, it's been a tradition that the Packer fans moon the Packer players, the Viking players. So he said, I thought it was kind of cute. I knew what he was doing. And when you really come right down to it, what's the big deal, huh? Wait. Did he pull his pants down? No.
I thought Tony Dungy said something like it was something to do with because he's black or something in Green Bay. Wasn't? No.
No.
Really?
I saw the interview. I saw the clip. He didn't say that. At least not the part that I saw. No, he said it's been a long-standing tradition for years that when the Vikings play in Green Bay, after the game, the Packer fans moon the bus.
Oh, but it makes sense then.
Yeah, and so he was just giving it back to him. It was like a little cute thing he did. And right away, Joe Buck's got, Paul, that was disgusting, and that's the worst thing I ever saw. I mean, Randy Moss is a jackass anyway. Okay, he's a hell of a player, but he's a jackass. Like Terrell Owens, the same thing. There's some of these guys that are just clowns, and the media, as much as they criticize them, they focus on them the whole game.
Of course.
We know what his hair looked like. We didn't have to see it 500 times during the game, that freak show that he had there. But in the meantime, he's a hell of a player. You see, what it says to me, basically, is that the league is so watered down and so many of the games are so boring that you have to have some of these guys spice it up a little bit. What's wrong with that? I don't have any problem with that. He didn't pull his pants down. He didn't take a dump on the field or anything like that. So anyway, Tony, they all thought it was amusing. But when asked whether the off-fined Moss would be penalized again, a league spokesman recited NFL rules mandating discipline for obscene gestures or other actions construed as being in poor taste. I thought the hairdo was in much worse taste than the half moon.
Yeah.
A fine for the first offense under those guidelines is $5,000. Moss has not previously been fined for such action, but did pay a $25,000 penalty in 1999 for escorting an official with a water bottle. In the last year, the NFL has dealt with a couple of highly public. We know about that, about Janet Jackson, Terrell. On Sunday, Moss caught a touchdown. We know that, too. Just having a little fun with the boys, Moss told a Fox reporter as he left the field. I hope I didn't get in trouble for it, but if I do, I'll take the heat. Moss, making $5 million this season, declined comment yesterday. Vikings coach Mike Tice said he spoke Monday with Art Shell, executive director of the Players Association. The league has called me, Tice said. I didn't see it until last night. Tice said that he always thought of Green Bay fans as having a tremendous amount of class, but he didn't think they acted that way Sunday. Colts coach Tony Dungy said he saw Moss's action, and I thought it was kind of humorous. See, that's what I saw. It's not the kind of thing you want to see on national TV, but I understand what it was all about. Anyone who's played in the NFC Central knows what that's about. The fans in Green Bay have a tradition in the parking lot after the game where they moon the visiting team's bus. It's kind of a unique send-off. Dungy said, I've seen it 7 times because when I was with the Vikings, we lost to them 7 times up here. Fox did not show a replay of Moss's display during the game. Yada, 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 like America. We're kids dying every day in Iraq, innocent people being blown away. Oops, we bombed the wrong house, and we're worried about some guy does a fake half moon at the damn ball game. See, I had to dump myself. How do you like that? That was sad.
Damn it.
Yeah, I said God in front at the
God.
Dang ball game. Hey, Joyce, a pox on you and your house, okay? Apocalypse now on you. Crazy bitch. Man. You realize the stuff that they were trying to coerce us to sign. Just in the last 5 minutes alone, I could have been fired how many times?
About 30, man.
And suspended like 100 times.
Yeah.
Because what they've been trying to do is like water everything down, and they just don't get it. They don't understand that, just plain sports talk or any other plain talk is boring. Nobody wants to listen to boring. If you want 1 and 2 shares, fine, we'll do it the way you want. You clowns, you non-broadcasters, you simpletons, you backwater banjo-strumming yahoos. Bob Vermouth, he was right about them. He should have heard the stories he told in Amsterdam.
Well, share some.
About Greg and the Beasleys. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Pretty good, Pally.
I think the whole thing with Randy Moss is ridiculous. Making way too much to nothing.
Yeah,
but anyway.
what's the big deal with that? Who cares? Have a sense of humor for crying out loud. So the guy's got a little personality there. Who cares? He's a wacko. He's a great player.
And that Dungy, he's about nuts as well. He went off on Terrell Owens' little act on that Monday night pregame skit.
Right.
That's a racial thing out there. They do that. But yet, when the guy goes out and does a little fake moon, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah. At least be consistent, Tony. Well, he's under a lot of stress. He knows they're going to get their ass kicked on Sunday, even in spite of what Josh is saying.
Surprised they won last weekend.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 people to your list.
Yep.
Charles Nelson Riley.
He's on there.
Oh, my goodness. And Plaza Boy Tom Cruise.
He's on there, too.
Well, thank goodness for that.
2 for 2. You got a pair. Thanks a lot, pal.
Thank
you. How do you like that? Charles Nelson Riley. If you missed the show earlier today, we had one of the most incredible events in the history of the human race. First, now, how did I get to that Lean On Me thing in Bill Withers? Where did that come from?
I have no idea.
But then we started talking about Charles Nelson Riley, so I flipped on the game show channel, and sure enough, Match Game was on, not one of the real old ones, but one of the more recent ones with a fake host, whoever that is. And sure enough, one of the things they were at, she had a match. I don't know what that whole thing was. Match the other contestants' answers through a whole bunch of things.
Right.
And one of the things was Lean On Me or something. Remember?
Lean On.
Whatever
she had to fill in the rest.
Right. Lean On Me. And then sure enough, in the upper right-hand corner, there was Charles Nelson Riley. I mean, only moments after I've been talking about it. Now, what about Chuck Swillery?
Do your kids know that you do this?
Yeah, I already looked. Now, this is this the dating game after Jim Lang left? Because Chuck Swillery, he's just absolutely the worst. He could be the worst game show host next to the guy with a bad neck. What's his name I was just talking about?
The guy
from Newlywed Game. Bob Eubank.
Oh, yeah.
Get with it, man. You better know your game show host, because you sure as hell don't. We already heard that. Let's get some other. Now we heard that. What about? We sure used to like Dick Clark a lot before Michael Moore exposed him as being the money-grabbing goofball that he is. God's going to strike him down. He did. And isn't it interesting that the only place people heard about it was here on the show, or if they read the Inquirer about Dick Clark's second stroke, and the fact that he is seriously handicapped now and he can't speak and he can barely walk, and that the Lord smote him a second time. That'll teach him to play fast and loose with Michael Moore. And then look what happened with Chuck Heston. Mm-hmm. When you mess with Michael Moore, man, you got real problems. I'm going to tell you that right now. Charlton Heston gave him that brush off there.
You son of a...
Yeah, after he made all those racially charged inflammatory... And how come Charlton Heston can get away with that, with those racial slurs that he made in that movie, in that interview?
Oh, he's got a lot of guns, as you know.
Yeah, plus, of course, he's Moses and Jesus and Abraham and Solomon and all these guys. And then shortly after that, he was Alzheimer's. He don't even remember who the hell Michael Moore is anymore. Or so he would tell you. And he sure as hell don't remember that little girl that got shot in Flint, Michigan. And Columbine? What the hell is that? That's what he would tell you now. That's always a convenient excuse. I always thought that the Reagan thing was like, he had Alzheimer's long before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was president for a long time, like not having any idea which side was up. Thank God Nancy had all those good astrologers.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560.
No.
Jesus land, Christian park, where you won't go to hell when you die.
All right.
Jesus land, Christian park, where ignorance and hatred thrive. Ride the holy roller around. The only roller coaster that never goes down. Riding on the cannon where the hand of God reaches through the clouds to rip all your road off. Bang, 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 shoot the bright killing Jew. Bang, 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 the fortune doctors too. Chicken bake, juice, dogs are fun to eat. While Teddy bundled by a cartoon character breeze.
Our Father that art in heaven, help us answer all voices in our head. We got our Nikes on, we're waving our snakes for Armageddon. When you come, please take us away.
March in a bush Nazi parade. Cool off with a goofy great Guyana Kool-Aid. Ignorant dicks who want to get their kicks. We put the fun and fundamentalists. Pray to the Lord to forgive you with your choice of fleshly appointed views. Head on down to the revival show. Distort your Billy heroin, crank and blow. Jesus land, Christian talk, where you won't go to hell when you die. Jesus land, Christian talk, where ignorance and hatred thrive.
Rock solid. 143, Mo Howard David will be along from 2 to 4 this afternoon, followed by Jim Mandich 4 to 7. We think that's permanent, but we're not really sure. We better check and see if he's wearing got his permanent. Steve Gully Geldstein 7 to 10, Eddie K at 10. That's and we never did get the lineup, right?
Right.
What is that freaking clearance doing anyway? Is he doing anything or anybody or what's the story there? What's going on?
Maybe they're still hashing things out.
I'm sure. What? They're still hashing it out?
I don't know.
He's doing hash? Now, Jim Faxter says, here's a bottom feeder for your poll, Bobby Brown.
Hey there, people, I'm Bobby Brown.
Not that Bobby Brown, but nevertheless. We probably ought to play that, you know?
Do it.
Hey there, people, I'm Bobby Brown.
But I don't think it's a good idea. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. Lawyer, this story from yesterday, man, this makes me want to gag. A lawyer for Charles Grainer, the accused ringleader in the Iraq prisoner abuse scandal, yesterday compared piling naked prisoners into pyramids to cheerleader shows and said leashing inmates was also acceptable prisoner control. Don't cheerleaders all over America form pyramids 6 to 8 times a year? Is that torture? Guy Womack, Grainer's attorney, said in opening arguments to the 10-member U.S. military jury at the reservist sergeant's court-martial.
Abu Ghraib.
I mean, if that's his defense, boy, I think his client's got big tourists coming. Grainer and Private Lindy England, your girlfriend, trailer trash, with whom he fathered a child, is also facing a court-martial, became the faces of the
Abu Ghraib
prison scandal after they appeared in photographs that showed degraded naked prisoners. The prosecution showed some of these pictures in their opening argument, including several of naked Iraqi men piled on top of each other, and another of England holding a crawling naked Iraqi man on a leash. Womack said using the tether was a valid method of controlling detainees, especially those who might be soiled with feces. Well, isn't that lovely? You're keeping control of them. A tether is a valid control to be used in corrections, he said. In Texas, we'd lasso them and drag them out of there. He compared the leash to parents who place tethers on their toddlers while walking in shopping malls. Right. It's a little bit of a stretch, but nevertheless. WQAM, hello.
Hi, may I speak to Roxanne? This is Helen.
What?
I don't get it.
May he speak to what?
Roxanne.
Roxanne, this is Helen. Do we understand that?
No.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got another one for you.
Yeah.
Jim Neighbors.
On there. Been there, done that. Thanks.
How about this?
How about 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. That's my fault. I'm not reading the results off of them, but there's so many of them on there. If I read the whole pool now, it would kill the whole rest of the show. We only got 13 minutes left, minus a 3-minute break, right?
Right. Do it.
So like I said, let's read the whole list.
Wait.
Elton John, they're not going to catch Elton, are they? I'm amazed that Paul Lynde is doing so well. I mean, he was extremely funny. Committed suicide, by the way.
Did he?
Oh, no, he didn't commit suicide. No, his roommate, his boyfriend, committed suicide. Jumped out a hotel window in San Francisco. He left his parts in San Francisco on the street. At any rate, here's what we got. Look at that. There's 3 pages of this. Like I said, if I start now, we're going to have to preempt half of Mo's show. And maybe we could find out who it was that panicked yesterday. I don't want to start snitching on anybody, but the show ends at 2 o'clock, not 1:58. You don't have to worry about us. We start on time when we're allowed to do it, and Hank's very good at that. And we end right at 2 o'clock, within a matter of moments of the top of the hour. How come we got cut off 2 minutes early yesterday? I played that last bit and it never got on the air.
Oh, that was Robert Grieper.
Robert Grieper was in there?
Yeah.
Cut us off early, that schmuck. I could understand if it was somebody new, some beginner they had in there with working with Mo or whatever in a control room. What the hell is that? Robert Grieper cuts us off short.
He said he heard the ID and...
You didn't hear the ID. You panicked, okay? Look at the clock. Have somebody read the clock to you, okay? The problem with Robert Grieper, all day he thinks it's a clock. The whole day long. That's all he knows. Have somebody read it to you. When the little hand hits your big hand, okay, and hits you in the head, then you'll know we're done, schmuck. Anyway, other than Neil, who's your all-time favorite gay, TV, movie, radio personality, gay, bi, or suspected, or athlete, or a human, whatever. Elton John, 95. Paul Lynde, 61. Kevin Spacey, 46. Tommy Cruise, 34. Ellen DeGeneres, 26. Makes me want to vomit. Marlon Brando, 25. Cary Grant, 25. Leonardo da Vinci, 23. Freddie Mercury, 22. Nathan Lane, 21. Charles Nelson Riley, 20. Ian McKellen, 18. Gore Vidal, 18. Anna Cornajolia, 16. Raymond Burr, 13. Liberace, 9. James J. Bullock, 9. Is he kin to Sandra Bullock? It's just a joke. I love Sandra Bullock. And then she gave all that money to the... That was nice. She's good. Abraham Lincoln, 8. Jeff Gordon, 8. Rock Hudson, 8. Errol Flynn, 8. Dom DeLuise, 7. Graham Chapman, 7. Ricky Martin, 6. You're not fooling anybody, sweetheart. Richie Simmons, 5. Olivia Newton-John, 5. Oscar Wilde, I can't stop doing it. Willem Dafoe, Jim Neighbors, George Michael, Danny Kaye, Norma Kent, Anthony Perkins, each have 5. Tony Perkins. Portia de Rossi, 4. De Rossi, whatever her name is. Truman Capote, Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell, Montgomery Clift, Leo DiCaprio, 4. Ann Bishop, Angelina Jolie, Gay Edgar Hoover, David Bowie, Bill Tanner, Eric Estrada, James Dean, Sal Mineo, 3 apiece. Luther Vandross, these all have a pair. Luther Vandross, Craig Stevens, the newspaper boy at Channel 7, Troy Aikman, Alexander the Gay, and Roy Horn. You know, old
Roy!
That got chewed up a little bit. And 1 apiece for Christian Leitner. He's a good Christian. John Travolta, Marv Fleming, which I have no idea why he's on there. Mark Anthony, Luis Miguel, Michael Jackson, Clay Aiken, Enrique the Greasiest, Merv Griffin, Martina Navratilova, Sandra Bernhardt, Mick Jagger, Sir Lawrence Olivier, Brian Norcross, Alice Rantel, and Siegfried Fischbacher. And none yet. Look how many have got none. Rip Taylor, Ann Heche, David Cassidy, Henry Winkler, Dave Copay, Chuck Connors, Barry Manilow, Richard Chamberlain, Mike Piazza, Dick Sargent, Bill Tilden, Randolph Scott, Brian Andrews, Christopher Lowell, Jeff Garcia, Wally Cox, Lou Christie, and Tab Hunter in last place. Oh, I might change my vote from Gore Vidal to Tab Hunter. Don't you generally, when you think of Gore Vidal, you think of Tab Hunter in the same breath?
No, I generally don't think of either one.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, we got an idea for the poll.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What is it? What do you got?
I'm looking at Prince and Hillary Clinton.
Henry Clift?
Hillary Clinton.
Oh, Hillary Clinton. I thought you said Montgomery Clift. Hillary Clinton. Okay. That's good.
Sure.
The Ice Princess. And Prince, of course, where everybody says, well, he's straight. He's got to whatever he is.
That's why he dresses like that.
Right. I think he is right on the par there with Freaky Carlos, the receptionist. Same person, I believe. WQAM, hello.
Now offers exciting new electronic features for
my favorite. Let's hear. Maybe she's got a good promotion going here. On second thought, WQAM, hello. Did you ever see, by the way, I don't know if I ever mentioned it on the air. I think I did several months ago. There was a piece, I think it was on, I don't know what network it was on, but about the woman who records all of those messages.
I think I've seen something like that before.
You know how she's in Texas. She has a studio in her home.
Blonde lady?
Huh? Yeah. And no matter
that.
where you go in North America, even here in Canada, you have that same voice on there, and she records all those messages, and that's what she does for a living.
Right. I don't know if we saw the same piece, but it was actually pretty fascinating because she record every word inflected different way and every syllable differently. And
Right. It just unbelievable.
Assembles it.
And I'm sure I'm not the only one who's ever wondered, well, gee, how come every damn thing I call, I get every time I'm put on hold or something, if I'm not hearing music, I'm hearing that voice again. And there she is. She seemed pretty realistic, like a human being, kind of, you know. Well, I mean, she was in Texas after all.
Oh.
WQAM, hello.
I don't know if we saw the same piece.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you be doing, man?
Okay. I cannot believe that he did not know who Walter Mercado is.
I don't know who that is.
He's the big flaming astrologer that's local here.
Oh, the flaming astrologer. I don't know his name.
Yes.
I see him there when I'm flipping. I don't know his name.
That's who it is.
You know, like Liberace, like Stick Liberace.
Exactly, with the big brocaded cape and all of the jewelry.
Oh, my God.
He should be flying up that thing.
Okay, get him on there.
That's all I got. Bye.
Thanks, Pally. Get him on there. Walter Mercado.
He's gayer than gay. They need to make up a new word for him.
Astrologer. Gee, too bad Nancy Reagan never met up with him. Of course, Rodney didn't like his kind, until he found Rock Hudson had AIDS. That whole deal. And then, of course, Bill Buckley, the same thing, when he found out one of his best friends had AIDS. First, he wanted to put tattoos on everybody. Remember that?
No, I don't.
He wanted people who were HIV positive to be forced to wear tattoos, kind of like the Jews in Nazi Germany. And then all of a sudden, one of his longtime best friends turned out to have been gay and had AIDS and died from it, as a matter of fact. And all of a sudden, he kind of mellowed a little bit, Bill Buckley, like those other right-wingers, They're all perfect and they're all judgmental, and then, of course, they start finding out that they or their best friends or their relatives or whoever the hell else, well, guess what? Well, kind of like Dick and Lynn Cheney with that Bull-Dyke daughter they got.
The Howard Stern Show. Neil Rogers, mornings and middays. And sports around the clock. 560 QAM. It's time to get it on.
Hey, Jude, she's not too bad. Sienna's okay when you get in bed with her. The minute you find she's cold when you're hot, then you can start to dump her for someone better. And when your relationship wears thin, hey Jude, begin to look for someone who's slightly older. People magazine voted you in. The sexiest man can go hunting. You might find someone with bigger boulders. Na 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 na. Hey Jude, if married life gets bad, take Sienna, flush her like fecal matter. The minute you hit some nagging start, then break apart and sign your divorce papers.
I can see how Robert screwed up yesterday. They're playing at the end of that break an ID like it's the end of the hour.
That'd be Josh's fault. Let's yell at him.
Is that your fault, Josh?
Well, I've always done that. Sorry.
Well, if we've always done, no, there's no problem with that. You can never have too many IDs. I mean, that's the idea, to tell people what station they're listening to, especially when they got to hear all that Spanish chatter and clutter in the background. Yeah. Like that. It's probably Walter Mercado and Celia Cruz doing a duet. But I can see that. So we forgive you this one time, Robert, but don't do it again. Do you know what's good for you?
Don't.
Right. We'll sick Mo on you. So in other words, he's in there producing Mo's show. Is that what you're telling me?
That's right.
And who else is in there? Is
He's
it
running
Shai?
the board. Shai produces the show. And
oh, excellent. Well, that's good. So they're like at least there's some people.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry.
No,
in the morning too.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's Robert and who's the other guy?
An intern yesterday. I don't know.
So in other words, Robert is like double dipping. He's working in the morning on Hank's show, and he's coming back and doing the Mo show.
No, Robert doesn't work on Hank's show.
Well, what did you just get through saying?
The wrong thing.
He's in by himself.
Does anybody know what they're talking about? Anyway, I have no idea what that schedule is. You'll have to stay tuned and find out. Okay? I guess that's our new programming scheme. Just keep tuning in and figure out who the hell is on first and what. And I noticed that one spot I was talking about, a certain word got bleeped in there. You notice that?
Because
you won't hear that P word no more, Joyce.
Bye, bye, bye.